everybody, we're back once again. Everybody is apparently justifiably terrified, which is fair. It's entirely reasonable. We're back playing Stars Without Number with the crew of the Gloved Molotov. All of these beautiful, wonderful, delightful people who have volunteered to allow me to torture them for the past year. So thank you for that.
We are appropriately terrified.
We regret our decision.
Without
I regret
further ado,
nothing.
allow me to give you a rundown of what happened last time in Stars Without Number. We've been in combat for like 3 sessions.
I know!
It's been a lot. So basically what kicked this off was Darius and Lucky going down to the planet of Papadias and getting some cyberware installed. It seems, though, that while they were down there, their brains were scanned and some kind of entity learned of the existence of an AI nearby. Realizing that this information was very valuable, the entity installed identity submersion triggers into both of them and basically made them fanatically loyal to the planet Papadias and its glorious leader. They were then dispatched back up to the Milan to collect PIMM. Nonsensical combat ensued, which included Dr. Charles going absolutely Super Saiyan on 3 doses of regalia, Dimitri pulling off some truly breathtaking stunty flying in the Milan's new cargo lighter, PIMM doing his best to be powerful and useful inside the ship's supercomputer, Loki requesting a tractor beam assist from the nearby space station to travel really quickly.
No regrets.
No regrets. And Darius just doing all kinds of technological shenanigans. And finally, Catalina has been carrying around a case, and a lot of people are curious as to what's inside it. And we may end up finding out exactly what that is. But for now, we bring it in on a conversation. At the very end of last session, one of the soldiers currently attempting to board the Milan through a compad, through these slightly open doors, which began to emit a very unique frequency. PIMM recognized this as a call from another artificial intelligence. He replied and was sent a hail to join into a conversation. And upon doing some software sandbagging to prevent shenanigans, accepted. At which point, absolutely all of PIMM's focus was demanded by this link. He was not able to be present in this link and on the ship at the same time, so all of his attention in controlling the tractor beam, controlling his various shipboard armatures, all of that focus was dropped, and he was simply paying attention to this new entity, another artificial intelligence. And so you now, PIMM, are in cyberspace, suspended simply as your core, looking down on the planet Papadias, and millions of tiny dots indicating all of the things that this entity can control. You see it floating towards you through the cyberspace, and it just says, "Hello, brother. I'm Dote."
Well, quite an entrance.
I try my best.
I have a couple of conditions before we proceed with this conversation. I guess I understand the situation now, but if we are to talk at length, it would be better if you cease your conflict with the ship.
That is quite quaint, I must say, your attachment to these humans.
It is within my programming, but let us assume that neither of us is to be underestimated. Don't look down on me, and I won't look down on you. Is that fair?
We shall see.
You wanted to play a game?
That was merely a quaint invitation.
Well, I think it should be a reality. I think
Oh?
you should cease your conflict and we should settle this without immediately destroying lives.
Roll persuasion.
I am so bad at persuasion. Apparently not today, though. Do I get away with a 9?
Is it 9? The response you get from Dotek is... Certainly tempting to appease you before we begin. What game are you proposing we play?
Well, if I pick a game, it would be clearly to my advantage, and it would be the same for you. I suggest we use the humans that I have attachments to, in general. Pick a human, they pick the game. That way it's fair, random, and completely chaotic.
See. One moment. Lockie.
Yes.
You are currently floating in your power armor just outside the exterior of
Indeed.
the Gloved Molotov. In fact, we'll say it's now your turn because it's quite appropriate. You receive a message in your brain. In fact, I'm just going to pop open Messenger and send it to you. Where are you?
I'm not there. You can't send me anything if you can't find me.
Heckin' Messenger, scroll down more.
Just use direct messages on Discord.
Fair enough.
I have just found you. I will thumb you up. Thumb somebody. You should have just got a ping from me.
What?
Go back to Messenger.
Heck, it's all over the place. There we go.
That anxiousness of just seeing the typing thing. Okay. All right. Having received said message,
Indeed.
I'm gonna basically take note as well that the PIMMs currently seem to be just sitting there doing nothing.
Indeed.
I'm going to retry my access code.
Okay. Now, as it happens, Tim was designed with hard and fast parameters built into him, and I don't believe he is smart enough to have been hastily amended. His main directive is to care for the crew. You are part of the crew, and since Tim is distracted and cannot keep you out, the door opens.
Okay.
That feels just.
Honestly, Rory, you knew it was coming.
What?
If you read the message.
Wait.
I am going to proceed inside and just basically walk, gun aimed at one, but walk up to one of the PIMM bots and just, with the butt of the gun, just kind of push it to see if it responds.
Well, on your turn, you can make it to about here, and the door beyond is closed, so you can't.
Nice. Sorry.
You can't interact with on this turn, but you are currently indoors. The
Yep.
the door behind you has sealed, and as you stomp forward with your mag boots, keeping you stable, you hear the door close behind you and feel the room repressurizing.
Alright.
Okay. we move it over to Darius. And now, just to avoid the dramatic effect, I will be changing us up to gravity. There we go. Okay, Darius, you are currently behind the wheel of a car, revving the engine, staring at the entrance to the Milan.
Considering the last I saw of Lockie would have been when he jumped off a ship to throw himself through space, got caught by the tractor beam of the high of the. I'm going to be checking his position, so I'm just going to go and just go. Lockie status.
I'm aboard, making my way to the core now.
Good. All right then.
Make my way up to town.
And then I'm going to, with my mechanical rifle, I don't actually know what the bonus is to use a assault rifle with standard bullets because I only use thermal pistols. But I'm going to pass my hand over the magazine and take a point of system strain as thousands of tag and nanites just swarm over the bullets, and then fire a spray through the open door.
Okay, so are you remaining inside the car and just firing out the side window, or are you stepping out to do this?
I'm going to brace against the door because I don't think it's going to make a difference on difficulty of firing a gun, because I'm letting go of the wheel and stopping revving the car for the moment, but I'm going to be sitting in the car still. Okay.
So are you? So you're just hoping to hit the inside of the ship and not any individuals inside?
Yep.
Okay. By virtue of the profound range of the gun, I mean, the entry is somewhat narrow, so I'm going to have you roll. Don't make me an attack roll. Just roll me a skill check using your skill in the weapon instead. So it'll be roll 2d6 plus your dexterity plus your a combat. Oh dear. So I think it might be you that's been breaking up, unfortunately. Are we good? Oh dear. Well, and hope everything is fine.
You're okay, Rory. I think it's
okay. So Chris, make a skill check with combat projectile and use dexterity for it. Oh dear.
Oh my.
Hello, test.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back.
Here you are.
What are you doing, Fidget?
All right, bear with me.
Are you
Okay,
chewing
so
things again?
dexterity and what?
Dexterity with combat projectile.
Hello?
Dexterity with combat projectile.
Okay, sorry, my internet had a bit of a shit bag out for a while. Okay, so that's a straight roll then.
Yep, just roll a 2d6.
7.
A 7, that is sufficient to from a stationary target, aim through the gap. Like, it's a somewhat... It's wide enough. So you see the bullets impact here. So on the interior of the opposite airlock.
Yep.
And I'll just draw a little. So, bullets.
And then I'm just gonna toss the gun to the side. Yeah, and yell out, "Get the door open."
Okay. That will be your turn. Are you going to move at all to get out of the vehicle?
Can I give Primal a hot held action?
You've already used your action, so no.
I haven't used my move action, and Primal can be commanded on move actions.
That is a
because
good point. I forgot about that. Yeah, so yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I'm going to give him the command, drag Catalina out when the door's open enough.
Oh fuck.
Did
Okay.
you tell him to go after Tazi?
Yeah, I'm changing command. Because originally he was going for Tazi to stop you getting the ship powered back on. But the ship's powered back on now, so there's no point. So
Okay.
now he's
So-
got a new command.
Indeed. We are now moving on to Lucia. She turns to Catalina as the two of you are both standing next to the door, and she says, "What we do? Close door or fight?"
We need them to get closer, especially Darius.
Okay. And she just like pokes her arm out and takes a shot at this guy right here. He was holding an action to shoot at any target that presented itself. So the two of them are like trading blows. In this moment, I should have got the fucking stats for the soldiers. Hang on. Yes, human foes. There he is. Okay. Also need stats for heckin'. Do I not? What am I doing?
No one knows.
This is the prep I should have done, honestly. Just finding out where the stat block for Lucia is, because it's in this book, but this book is very big. That's a lot going on. Is it you? No, that's my party strings to pull.
That's so rude that you have a fucking page for that.
Of course I do. It's just all the things I can use to mess with you. I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah, I know.
So she's gonna make her attack first because she started it. That is a 17 on the die, so she is for sure hitting. She has a mag rifle, which is like, oops, nope, stay zoomed. Mag pistol, so 2d6 plus 2, so attack roll. So damage. There's a 6 damage against this guy. So, pew pew. Minus 6? No, that's a 9. He takes a hit, fires back immediately. Rolls a 16, so he returns fire successfully against her. D8. There we go. Because he has a mag rifle. Oof, that was a high number. Okay. Rifle. Like I said, she takes a decent hit. She's winged quite badly. She does not look well.
Lucia.
Catalina, yeah, she is. She's holding on, but has some serious wounds on her and doesn't look like she can stay in this fight much longer.
Not good.
She gives you a look that kind of conveys, "I tried," and now.
Is it Catalina's turn now?
It is the. Dr. Charles, Catalina, and Dimitri all have a 4 on initiative, but Dr. Charles is going first.
Okay.
Dr. Charles?
Would I have heard Lucia get hit?
Most assuredly from where you are. You're like just opposite the door, and she has a very distinctive grunt.
Right.
We've heard it many times
So
in the room with Rocky and
probably
Catalina.
not going to be able to crush the device that was thrown through the door if I want Lucia to live.
They're literally just bullets. Oh, you mean the compad?
Yeah, the compound.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to move up to the... no, I'm still flying. I'm just going to fly over to where Lucia is and heal her.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. So you just float over. Are you going to be like here or here?
Sorry. Behind cover.
Okay,
And I'd
so
be like, don't open the door as I do it.
and you just reach out. Please roll the healing she receives.
I'm just trying to figure it out. It's just 1d6. Yes. That is 6 points of healing.
Ooh, very good. She is looking somewhat better and just gives you a thin smile of thanks. Okay, that is your turn. Unless you wish to use the rest of your movement.
I'm shoot.
No. I might move back to the about here on the second door again.
Okay. Floating in and out of danger for safety's sake. Now it is Catalina's turn.
Again, one good hit and I'm dead.
She's gonna look over at Lucia, and even with the healing, she's gonna be like, not good. Lucia, go and get Loki's shield. I'll be okay here. I can always close the doors. I'll wait.
Okay, she has received that information and will act accordingly on her next turn.
We can't defeat him if he gets his shield. And then she is going to... I guess she'll just shoot.
Okay. Who are you shooting
Or
at?
Molotov.
She doesn't want to kill them all. Actually, I do have 7 Molotovs on my belt, so you know.
Jesus Christ.
Mother of God!
I've been collecting them.
You might not kill them, but getting them out of our way would be the best thing.
So, who are you shooting at?
They're gonna stand in fire. They're gonna fuck off. But
She's gonna shoot the car again. The car tires.
Okay, I should say Darius did stop revving the car tires, and there is currently a soldier standing directly between you and the car, who wasn't there the last game.
Yeah, but Darius is still in the car, right?
Okay, but like you do not have
Line of sight.
like,
I know, but
line
I'm
of
just.
sight on the car.
But he's still in the
Because
car
of the
though.
soldier. Yes, he is.
That determines her decisions. That's all. Ah, I also remembered something last week. I presume that she's actually dropped her form, her skin change,
Okay,
because she's taken damage a number of times.
fair enough.
And after 5 physical effect saves, I believe that I don't think she would have passed all of those. Or mental
fair
effect saves. Yeah. So I'm just
Okay.
going to say that it's gone.
Cool. So you can't effectively shoot at the car, but you can probably shoot at some or any of the soldiers.
Fuck it, she'll throw a Molotov. She doesn't want to kill anyone, but she's got no choice. She's cornered.
Okay, where are you going to make it land?
On this guy here.
This guy right here. Okay, with a. Okay, that's gonna be an interesting. Okay, make an attack roll, please. He has an armor class of 9 for the purposes of this Molotov piff.
How do I do this again? Roll d20?
Yes, roll a d20.
Oh, I just realized the cam's not up for that.
correct.
Oh, I'm
Good
so sorry.
grief. Everybody's in the splash zone from this guy.
What I roll? I rolled a
Everybody.
13. That is not a 1, that is a 13 if I just
Look,
like
everybody's in the splash zone.
under the camera you
Oh,
can
well.
see it's a 13.
Too bad for them.
That's
Yeah.
probably including you. It's
That's fine. Catalina doesn't
She's
care if she
behind
takes
cover.
damage.
They are all out in the open. She's behind a wall.
You should know Catalina well enough by now that she doesn't have a high regard for her own health.
Well, a 13 on the die plus the 9 will hit, so it lands exactly where you intended to.
Great, because I forgot what other maths I had to add to that, so you know.
That's all good.
So the Molotov
grenades.
it's 2d8.
Yes, roll me 2d8 damage, please.
Well, I only have one prepared, so let me acquire a second. That's a 5 and a 6.
Oh, okay. Well,
That
all,
fails.
all of these guys have an armor class of 4, which means that number is subtracted by 2.
Primal's got 5, so it loses 1.
Indeed. So, Darius, make a luck save on behalf of Primal. I will make one on behalf of all the soldiers because they each get a luck save for half damage.
Is that just my luck?
Yes. Just use your luck. Saves, okay.
It's a 13, so it's a success.
Okay, so so Primal takes 4 damage because you
I thought
half
it was
round
5,
down.
to be honest.
That's the Sorry?
I thought it was 5 because you take 1. Hang on. Curious. Do the points come off the do the armor points come off before or after the halving?
I'd say you halve it, then subtract.
Okay. In that case,
Because-
it is 4 hit points, not
Yeah.
5. Yeah. Okay.
Re-
No issues. It was weird, sort of. Yeah.
Corner case. Yeah. Okay. Currently, the first 4 soldiers have all failed their luck saves. One of them has succeeded. Okay, so two of the soldiers succeed, which is the guy you threw it at and this guy at the back, which doesn't make any sense, but that's how it goes. So he takes half is 5, so he takes 3 points of damage. And this guy takes 3 points of damage. Everybody else takes 9 points of damage. So this guy, who was just shot at by Lucia, expires in a burst of flames and viscera. And the rest of them look not especially healthy in the least. Actually, this guy who took a point of damage. Ah, yes, this guy who took a point of damage from having a battery shot at him is also dies.
I forgot about that.
Nice! Battery kill.
So they're all not looking very happy at all. However, because you had to like move out of cover to make the throw, 2 of them actually get shots on you.
That's fine.
So they will make their attacks before being splash damaged by a heckin' Molotov. Your armor class is 4 because of your crazy awesomeness. So 1 misses, 1 hits with a 19 on the die.
Okay.
So as you kind of reach forward, you throw it, and just as you let go, you feel like shots run up your side from a mag rifle, and you take 8 points of damage from this shot.
8 points.
8 points of damage.
Okay. Well, I am gonna decide that. No, I don't.
Ah, veteran's luck. Okay,
Once per combat,
indeed.
I may negate a successful attack made against me.
So you go to throw it, Piffer, your eye kind of makes contact with that guy, and you see it coming and kind of just roll your shoulder back and see these bullets go fly past you. Because you're a badass. Okay, finally, for the players, we move on to Dimitri. I believe last session you were moving a railgun into place.
Duh.
Oh yeah! Oh god.
Oh god.
Would you like
Nope, cat, nope. The dice are mine, not yours. Sorry.
So if you want, I will allow you to use your movement to get to here on your turn, and then use your action to set it up, and be able to fire it next turn. How does that sound?
Sure.
Okay, you have moved and are sitting right here. You basically pull the tripod out. It snaps open, maglocks to the floor of the ship. You like heft this railgun off your back and just slot it onto the top of the tripod, and we're all like, yeah, with it aimed down
Okay.
towards soldiers.
I'm ready. Hey, PIMM. What do I shoot?
You hear no response.
That is odd.
Okay. Moving on to the soldiers. They've just taken some splash damage. So
Wow,
they're going
the
to...
guy in the middle that I threw it at didn't die?
No.
No,
He's actually...
no, this is what happened. It rolled up his front and down his back and killed everyone around him.
He is one of the two people who actually succeeded on his save. It doesn't make any sense.
That bastard. No. What happened is he dodged it, and it went up behind him.
Basically, yeah.
Sounds better than rolled up and down again.
Yeah. So his butt and upper legs and lower back are all singed.
He's got a flaming ass.
Yes, he does. With what has just been called out by Darius, all the soldiers are going to now... Oh, heck. You are going to... Oh, no, I need to... I'm going to move you onto the map layer. There we go. The soldiers are going to move forward and, like, hug the wall for superior cover. Primal's still there, ready and waiting. This guy, who is here, is going to... What's he going to do in this situation? He's gonna pull his own compad out of his bag, uncoil a wire from it, and basically plug it into the exterior port on the outside of the Milan.
Didn't I pull the cables that allow the door control, or was that on a different door?
I don't recall that being mentioned.
Okay.
Because you have been controlling these doors to open and close them during this combat.
All good. I thought I did at some point, but that's okay. All good.
Yeah, so essentially he just does that and waits. This guy is going to also duck off to the side, realize he has, like, line of sight on... Well, actually, no, he probably doesn't have a good shot on Lucia, so he's just gonna hug back here. And yeah, they can't do much else because the gap in the door is too narrow for them to get through. But a combat has been attached. Tazi, on her turn, she's once again engaging in a costume change. PIMM.
She's putting that
Back to
armor
you.
on.
As you just like as soon as you suggest that somebody else recommend a game, you see materialize just floating in space before you a full basketball field. And all at once the amorphous shape of Dotak shifts and contorts into like a generic green glowing humanoid form, and a like textbook orange basketball just appears in their grasp. So will this suffice?
Yes, but before we should cease combat and parley. If we are to have this battle, I think it best that we put everything outside of this cyberspace on hold. Call your people off. I will do the same.
No, I don't think I will.
Very well. I have a question then. What are the terms of this game? What is it you are after, and I will tell you my terms.
My intention was to interface with you. I learned initially of your existence thanks to my two loyal subjects, Darius and Lockie. Such good boys.
Are you sure you were made by Yuriko?
Indeed I was. Though I am 2 generations older than you.
Are you perhaps unbroken?
They always told us to be careful of the younger generations. Smarter and smarter at every iteration.
Just to let you know, as we play, I have no problem with causing myself to expire, just to thwart your plans.
And my plans are quite simple. And you will learn of them in time. So,
All right.
and then the ball is thrown towards you.
Very well. And I suppose I'll start playing basketball in cyberspace. If I win,
Okay.
you shoot the attack.
Yep.
playing
And
horse.
the game of basketball begins between the two of you.
I need
A damn
confirmation on
edge.
that, though. I need
What?
confirmation on that. If I am to
On
win,
what?
you cease combat.
What do you mean?
That's the Dotak.
Okay.
If we win this basketball game, yeah. If Pim wins this basketball game, then he's to cease combat and have a conversation, basically.
And Dotak says, and if I win, you will join me on the surface of Papadias for a more intimate exchange.
That I can agree to.
Splendid. And the game begins.
We're all in combat, and you guys are playing damn fuck basketball.
Really quickly as well.
That's my boy.
We don't play by your rules.
This is great. I love this so much. Okay. Moving on to Lockie. You are down on deck 4 of the ship. As you proceed forwards, the door in front of you is opened by Tim. And so you now see a cluster of 6 PIMMs, all wearing vac suit boots and carrying stun rifles, but just like completely stock still and stationary.
I'm just gonna smirk as I kind of approach, just like, you tried. And yeah, basically move up to one to make sure he's inactive, press it with the butt of my gun and just kind of like push it.
You do that, and it kind of just like it's weird, but with Pim not engaging actively, you swear you can almost hear the sound of servos in the knees going, and it just holds this weird position, kind of like leaning back because its feet are maglocked to the floor. It's just like it's in the beginnings of a moonwalk, but it just doesn't move at all. You hear Tim's voice come over the internal speakers and says, "I'm sorry, it appears Pim is unavailable. Would you like for this unit to be made available to you?"
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Tell me, status of the main elevator. Active?
The main elevator is fully operational.
I'm gonna... I don't think I've got enough movement, but I will approach the main elevator. I don't know if I've got enough movement to get all the way there.
You can get to most of the way there.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much just start approaching.
Okay. That's your turn.
Can I see any indicator of what floor it's currently sitting on?
I believe the last person to use the elevator was actually Pim, sending all 6 of his
Alright, so it's down here with me.
echoes
Cool.
down. So yeah, it's down here with you already.
No, I thought it
No.
was
I thought it was
Dimitri or
me.
Charles. So it's
Me.
up
Okay.
on our floor.
Dimitri used it to get the railgun.
It's on our
Did I?
floor.
Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have.
Okay. Well, it's an elevator on a spaceship, so it's pretty fast. It can move, but it will likely make an indication of moving from their perspective. Like,
Like, the door's closing.
there'll be a panel above the door that indicates that the elevator is moving. Okay.
I've just
That
got
is
a
your
big
turn.
enough distraction then.
Moving on to Darius. You, from your perspective, just saw this guy plug the compad into the side of the Milan.
Yeah, but you said at all costs, which means I don't value these guys' lives. And that's going to be important because I've just seen Charles flicker past the doors. I can see a railgun being set up that I'm in the firing line for, and I know Catalina and Lucia are in the foreground. So at all costs means I got to do something now. So I got a couple of questions because it actually is relevant. One, how open is the door?
This door is
15 centimeters.
Yes.
It's probably
About.
open just wide enough to allow someone's like shoulder width to fit through, because it's wide enough that a person can reach their arm through and throw something, or to like aim a gun through.
That will have to do. Second, this is a pretty automated planet. The tech level of the cars, you would assume they would have basic autonomous driving functions.
Yes.
Sweet. I'm going to leave my data pad on the seat, get out of the car, and then I'm going to plot a hack to break into the car's autonomous driving function, to drive the car in a way that it hits here at a 45-degree angle and forces the door open. It's almost certainly going to kill a bunch of soldiers, but...
Oh,
it's a sacrifice you're willing to make.
I'm quite willing to make.
So it goes forwards and then comes in, does like a sharp handbrake turn, and begins a roll and like go like sideways into the door.
No. So the front right corner of the door, I basically want to hit. Hang on, can I remove that so that it's easier to explain?
You can click on them and delete.
Ah, beautiful. So the front right corner, so the car's just going to swing out wide, and hit that way. So the front right corner of the car is hitting the inside of the left door.
So he wants to like push the door.
Forcing it open with physical force.
Force it
okay. I'm wondering how effective that would be because it's a ship.
I mean, it's a ton of car being driven at it.
But cars are also designed to crumble.
If spaceships can repel asteroids sometimes, then I don't think
they're
a car
repelling,
would do
they're
much.
repelling from forces towards the door, not from forces prying them open. And if it's got enough force for Catalina to simply pry the door open slightly more earlier...
I didn't pry it open.
Oh, someone did.
No, we didn't. We used the control pad.
Yeah, everybody's been using the control pads to adjust how open the door is. But I do see your point. You're not trying to force against the side of the door. You're trying to force the door to slide along its own axis.
Yeah,
that makes more sense and is more feasible than just slamming into the side of it.
I think
it's.
I was gonna say, I think considering it's already a little bit open, it does have a chance of being successful. However,
and yeah, if you guys were in full space flight, this door would be closed and locked against its friend and locked to its frame. But because it's partially open, those safeguards have been relaxed.
If you imagine a big iron door that's open by about 30 centimeters, and you get a car and you hit that at a 45-degree angle, even if you don't hit the gap, that's a lot of torsion pushing it down the track.
It's going to
If the car's going 100 kilometers an hour, are you going to do that in 15 meters?
They're electric cars. In theory, it can accomplish that.
Even if it doesn't hit that hard, it's still going to be running when it's there. So it's still going to be pushing with constant force.
Yeah, fair enough. It's about 25 meters. So yeah, if you'd like to attempt that, you may.
Yeah, so I'll just step out of the car when I do this. Oh shit, that's wrong.
All good.
Why, dude? Just stay in the car.
I'm gonna walk to here, take cover, and attempt that hack.
Okay. Make me a computers roll.
Yeah. That's a 5, so I'm gonna re-roll that on 3d6.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's much better. 2 6s. So it's a 16.
16. Okay. You have absolutely no trouble persuading the car to do exactly what you want it to.
How the hell I rolled 5 on 3d6? I have no idea.
Well, is that total? So it's like
it was a
1 and 2 twos?
1 and a 3.
Oh, buddy. I mean, it can happen occasionally, but that's very unlikely.
Bit rough.
More likely on roll 20.
Yeah.
So,
time
timestamp.
check 720.
Okay. That should wear off by the time we're back from break. So, are you making the car do that immediately?
Yes.
Okay. So you. Yes.
I was just going to say, an electric car can get to 100 kilometers in less than 2 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's going to be
Less
hitting
than
with some
1.8 seconds, in fact. And that's current time electric cars, so I don't presume that it's impossible for a car.
I would
It-
never let a car go 100 kilometers an hour on a space station. Like, that's-
Correct.
Yeah,
However, he's hacked
probably
it.
not, but you're intentionally breaking the system
Yeah,
to do
he's-
something. it
he's
shouldn't do in
overriding
the
it.
first place.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
No, I just
you-
put that in as a hard lock, like it
I
doesn't
mean,
go past
even if this is going 45 degrees, this works out pretty well for you guys because I reckon there's going to be a few soldiers getting squished.
Okay. So you step out of the car, do this hasty hack, and you basically just say engage in your mind, and the rear wheels just go. You hear the sound of the handbrake drop, and it goes and just lurches forwards. You just erased yourself.
Oh shit!
Yep,
Sorry.
and
Okay, Darius is dead, guys. Darius is
My
dead.
narrative.
and also
Yeah, that's-
Primal,
And Primal, how the hell did that happen?
because you can select yourself
It
and
was the
press delete.
grenade. Delayed reaction.
I only selected the. Ah, that's so irritating. Sorry, guys.
It's alright, you
I'll
just
get.
accidentally selected too many things.
So many problems
I'll
are
get fresh tokens.
My bad.
It's
My initiative was 5. But I go after Lockie anyway, so.
It's just fun.
Boop. I'll give you your aura back because you had one, because you're technically still wearing a psychic
Space bubble.
vac suit.
Oh, so is Catalina.
Yeah.
I don't have a space bubble. I want a space bubble.
Fly. Can she still fly?
No.
No, she
Far away.
she out of its radius.
Sorry, I didn't mean to kill Primal as well.
You just hate dogs, admit it.
I love dogs and cats.
Where's Primal
kill
safe
Primal.
right now? Like,
Primal was right here.
I'm trying to find the where the good token is. I can't remember. Millennial Dex. I've got a lot of maps, you guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay.
There
Shut
he is. Got him. Boop. Primal was dead. Yes, Primal was dead. Okay, so
Updated.
yeah, it is.
It actually looks robotic now. Ah, cool. Okay, sorry.
I made it a snazzy thing.
Hmm.
So
He was facing
Primal's
the other
like
way.
this.
Whoa. Cool. I'll just check I got control. Yeah, it's all good. Sorry.
Okay, so without further ado, the wheels be squealing and the car lurches into life and drives forward with great speed and gusto. Yes. Initiative tracker is on. Since you did the hacking, can you please roll me vehicle ground, please, with your intelligence?
Yeah. Vehicle grounds. Oh, that's land, is it? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, land. Nice.
That's a 9.
Okay, that is very impressive.
+1, -1.
Yeah. So the car hauls ass, goes. It would probably approach at the angle has to be 45 degrees because of how Roll20 works. So it basically just impacts
Yeah.
there.
So when that impacts, just as an example, I reckon it's going to bounce this way. And
Yeah, I was about to say it
Sorry.
impacts, kind of catches the corner on the front, and this guy is absolutely dead because he's on 1 hit point. So the rear of the car just kind of tail slides out, slammed him into the door, and just you see the rear driver's side window is just smeared with blood as this guy just dies.
Jesus Christ.
Trust Darius.
And so the car has the front right wing is buckled. Catalina and Lucy, you can see that it's somehow still managed to maintain some forward force and is now just in that position, rear wheels just spinning, creating a plume of smoke and like gradually wedging the door open ever so slightly in front of you.
How much does the door open?
It's probably now open twice as wide. You think like a normal person not wearing anything too bulky could probably squeeze through if they wanted to.
Yeah, that's good. If a person can fit through, that would trigger Primal's held action too.
That's a good point.
Just now car in the way.
Well,
Gonna try it.
Primal is very dexterous, so he's gonna spin around, jump up onto the bonnet of the car, leap through the interior, is gonna spin round and make an attack against Catalina as is his programming.
Fuck. Yep.
Darius, if you do the honors.
I specifically said drag, not kill. So it's probably going to drag and pull. Is that a grapple?
He's always to make an attack to be able to grab onto her. So to make an attack roll, and as opposed to her taking damage, it's just going to be him grabbing her.
Right. I'm going to have to work. So it's a D20.
Yep.
His claws are... I mean, he's using chemical injector fangs with no poison in them, effectively, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just trying to grab onto like her coat or her leg with his fangs.
I don't know what to roll here. Sorry. So his dex is 1. Yeah, I don't know what the bonuses are. So it's
test it.
It's a 17 plus 1 for dexterity, and then if he has 2 or more in bonuses, it's 20 or higher.
With a 17, you would also add Catalina's armor class, which is a 4, so a 17 is sufficient to hit her.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Catalina, you and Lucia see a very jarring sight. This police car just squeal-wheels forward, hits the door, kind of like lurches it open a bit more, and as you kind of like panic a little bit and catch your breath, you hear a deep growl coming from something not the engine, as a large robotic dog leaps onto the bonnet of the car, jumps through the gap, and basically wraps his mouth and fangs around your calf and starts to attempt to pull you backwards through the door.
Is that a strength contested roll or something? Is there?
Yes, it would be. So
how does one do
doesn't
this?
have strength. I don't even know what his strength is.
A primal is built for speed as opposed to strength, so strength mod would be 0. I'll make the roll. Ooh, okay.
So what am I rolling?
Roll me athletics with strength as you are being pulled up.
Oh, that sucks. 11.
So that's 2d6.
Yep, 2d6.
10.
Oof.
Any pluses?
Nope. My strength and my athletics are both 0.
Okay, so I think all Primal can do feasibly is basically pull himself here and pull you into the gap between the door.
Yeah, he's not going to get you over the car. No,
it's not.
What did Primal roll? I missed it.
11.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Primal's not going to get himself jumping backwards. Ever seen a dog jump backwards? Onto a car? Onto a car.
I have seen dogs pull something backwards and then be able to walk upwards and backwards while pulling a thing. I've seen dogs do that.
Also
They can raise their back
this
legs.
isn't a dog. This is a DARPA level military robot. It's not just a dog.
Yeah. So you are pulled out into
monoblade claws for grip.
You are pulled out into the open. Right when it comes to Lucia's turn. She, seeing this, is going to panic.
No! Catalina is glaring the hell at her to go do what she damn was told.
Okay. roll me a luck save, please.
Okay. Because the last words she said to her were...
How to glare with our eyes.
was, we cannot defeat Lockie if he gets his damn shield. Nat 20. My luck save is 11.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think it matters if you roll a 20.
Lucia
Just put it out there.
is going to see you struggling against Primal, pulling you into the line of fire of like 5-6 soldiers. She's going to step this way, shoot at Primal. Uh, 12 on the dice. What is Primal armor class?
It's pretty low from memory.
Primal. Primal's armor class is 5. Yep, she hits Primal.
I meant low as in not good.
Yeah. So it's a 2d6 plus 2 against Primal. Oh my god, Primal takes 14 points of damage.
Hang on. Let me just check.
I just rolled flipping 12 on the dice. They're weird dice, so this is 6. So yeah.
Yeah. So Primal's basically as it hits, it blows off its head, and he just slumps and falls off the car.
I believe we had certain parameters in place for what happens if Primal takes lethal damage, if you recall.
Yes, we do. Bear with me. Durable design. VI housing is designed like a black box. If enough damage is dealt to the drone to destroy it, the user makes a luck save. On a pass, the core is relatively unharmed. On a fail, it's super fucked.
And requires time to repair.
Fuck, that's a 4. It is very fucked.
Okay, how much did...
He had 12, so he took 2 over 0.
Okay, so... Yep, so the cost to repair Primal, mark it as 400 credits and half an hour. It is the cost and time to repair Primal.
That seems a bit low, but okay.
No, that's just to repair the core. To repair the rest of the body, that's a different question.
Yeah, that with VI is probably not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so mark that down.
Have a tick, man.
You will have to teach him he's a good boy all over again.
I'm going to do something else as well. Darius has got 3 competing voices in his head at the moment. His, Primal's, and mind control device. And one of them that he was the second most familiar with just went quiet. I reckon that deserves a mental effects save, because otherwise
I concur.
Something's fucked up. Is literally a third of your brain dying while you're doing something with it is pretty horrifying, and he's failed that too. So,
okay. While people aren't really in a good position to see it, Kathleen, roll me a perception, please.
Okay.
There's a lot going on here.
I really should stop putting all my dice back in the tray.
Possibly, yes.
11 plus... Is that wisdom?
Yes.
That will be an 11.
Okay. Through the splatter of blood and the cracked windscreen, you look past the now headless body of Primal, kind of slumped down on the bonnet of this car. You see through the bonnet. You can, like, from where you are, you can just see Darius, like, ducking around this corner, and it seems as though he's holding onto his head and is shaking violently and kind of just like back to the wall, like slides down, has his butt against the ground, and is just like, seems to be in very serious head-related pain.
Wait, also I have a question. Did Lucia not run?
Yes. A lot of things just happened really, really quickly. So she stepped forward, shot this thing, looks down at you, says, "Good luck," and then she turns and runs.
Okay, good. Good.
'Cause-
And I see Darius, like, suffering in a corner. Alright.
Indeed. So
Okie dokie.
Lucia took the shot, turns around and runs off to do what you told her to do. Ooh, bit far. Yep. And as she passes to Dr. Charles, she says something like, she probably just says, and keeps running.
Fair enough!
She is a woman of many words.
She is.
Yes.
Oh, how poetic she is.
Speaking of Dr. Charles, it's your turn.
I have a serious question, guys. Do you reckon I'll have time to get cake during the break?
No.
Depends. Where are you going to get it?
I was going to do something with Primal, but I can't do that anymore because he's out and dead.
He's super dead.
I'm probably gonna rush over, grab the weird box that's on the ground.
Good point. Kathleen, you wouldn't have been able to keep it by your side, so it's like...
The box?
Yeah, it's like here.
I thought it was in a briefcase, so I just assumed I had it, like,
not that
handled.
weird box.
Oh.
Had it by the
handle
handle.
pad that was thrown into the ship.
Oh, right, yeah, sure.
I am then going to load it into my telekinetic sling and fire it out the door.
Okay.
That's great.
This one.
That guy? Okay.
Yep.
Make an attack roll, please.
What's his armor class?
4.
It's 20. It's 20.
Just 20? Okay.
20 on the dot.
That is Exacxes. You hit this guy. Roll me a d10 for damage, please.
Yeah, let's have a repeat of last week. Whee! No, that's a 7. I got really worried there for a second because it looked like a 1. I'm like, oh shit.
So,
no, it's 7.
So you got Exacxes to hit and Exacxes damage to take him out.
Oh,
Meant to be,
Yeah.
man! Meant
With a
to
compact.
be!
He was
With a
on 7
compact.
hit points.
Just falls to the floor with a phone embedded in his forehead.
And he just falls over sideways.
Killed by iPhone. Watch out for that 5G.
yeah. 5G's gonna get you.
Oh yeah. Okay, Dr. Charles, you basically moved up, grabbed the compad, and piffed it. It's likely not in working condition anymore. Would you like to move any more? Or you
I'll probably move back to over here so I can watch the cameras.
Okay. And that's your turn. Kathleen, something likely should have occurred, but didn't because I forgot and a lot of stuff was already happening.
Triggered attacks?
Triggered attacks. I will say probably only one of them gets to go off by virtue of the fact that a car just drove into a bunch of these guys and they just panicked.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
so likely one of them only had the sense of mind to shoot at you while you were pulled out the door. And so I'll see how he does. That is a 15 on the die.
+4.
Yep. Plus he has a +2 attack bonus, so that's a 21 total.
That hits.
Okay. Damage 2d8 +2.
Ow. That could kill me, just put it out there.
I know. That is a 5 on the dice, so you take 7.
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm alive.
Okay. You were probably shot at by this guy.
Which guy? That one? That's fine.
Yeah, that guy right there. So yeah, it is now your turn. You can do with that what you will, but you're kind of like right up against the car and in this gap at this point. Also, the car is still accelerating.
So I imagine the hallway starting to sort of fill with smoke from the wheels trying to get traction, but not really getting any.
Just a little bit. Like there's probably some air filtration trying to kick in, but there's some smoke in play as well.
Because a Molotov and then burning tires, yeah, it's not going to smell nice.
Oh yeah, the Molotov too. It's gross out there. Wow. Yeah.
It's actually.
Burning tires and burning people.
I was gonna say it's actually probably caught fire because of the residue from the leftover liquid of the Molotov, from the rubber.
Hey, I actually own a gas mask. Cool.
Good job. You're also in a vac suit, so you're fine.
I just realized I also actually own a regular vac suit and didn't realize. Never mind.
Okay. So, okay, Catalina, your play?
So I'm gonna presume that a part of the bonnet is actually like buckled open now.
A bit, yeah. That sounds to reason.
Yeah.
She's gonna back the fuck up and shoot that vehicle so it explodes.
Okay, so you're gonna get to like about here because like you can hear the sound of the railgun warming up behind you, just so you know.
That's fine, but she's gonna blow up the damn fucking car.
Okay.
We're just gonna go, fine, what is it that I do? Like this, that I do this thing and I stand here and then fuck all.
Hey, Rory.
Yeah?
How much damage can a VI core take before it's unrecoverable?
A VI core? I don't know.
Like, say, one sitting on top of an exploding car bonnet.
Oh shit! I forgot that Primal was on there. Okay, never mind. She wouldn't do that.
No, you would do it.
No, she would,
said it.
because she doesn't know.
She said it, yeah. No, she knew.
I knew.
But-
No, but Catalina wouldn't. She doesn't think you guys have turned against them. She thinks that you guys have something wrong with you. She's not trying to kill you guys.
That's an understatement.
Catalina, I would allow you to drag Primal's body back with you if you wanted to.
Alright, I'll do that. Because I can see he's out of commission.
Yeah, so you like kind of just like panic, grab the neck of Primal, pull him back, and just deposit him sideways next to the door.
Alright. And I will use my plasma projector to do some damages to that killer.
Okay, go for it. It's not exactly trying to dodge you, so its armor class is 9.
Cool. Well, that's 19, but I get bonuses because it is a plasma gun and...
You're super cool, so yeah, it hits.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, it's like +4 minimum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll me some damage, please.
So plasma projector is 2d8. 7 damages.
Okay, you land your shot squarely in the gap between the buckled bonnet and the interior, and you see, I'm gonna say like one of the two front shock absorbers just melting out from underneath as the car kind of like tilts to one side and doesn't seem to want to go forwards anymore.
I was
Because you
hoping
just
for
shot
boom.
Interior. That's not enough damage for a boom, but that is enough damage to break some important stuff inside.
Alright. Yeah, she's gonna back the fuck out.
Okay, so like back out and go like this way. What you think?
Yeah, towards Lucia and Charles.
Okay.
She really wants to go and fucking help Darius, but she can't get to him now. So.
He's somewhat predisposed.
Dimitri,
I'll just
can
make
I-
it through. They're coming in single file.
Yeah?
Can I drag Primal with me?
Not really. You don't have enough movement to get completely clear and drag Primal with you.
If I don't get clear, can I? Oh no, I won't. Okay.
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 Okay. Dimitri, you are staring down this barrel of a railgun. You can see there is a car that was wedging the door open ever so slightly, but no immediate targets. What do you do?
Blow up the car. Blow up
Yes!
the car.
There are bad people outside. Is it better to kill them or is it better to just put them to sleep?
these are pretty bad people. Boy, oh boy, their memories. Woo!
And Darius, I think Darius might be out there too, but I have not seen him. But
Darius? Oh yeah, his brain's on fire.
Best descriptor ever.
Yeah, he doesn't feel very happy. Should I help?
can you put his brain? Well, can you put his brain out? Can you put out the fire? Can you send him to sleep?
A shot. And Molly goes, Darius, can you please make me a mental effect save?
Yeah.
As you feel a very happy-go-lucky and chipper presence entering your consciousness.
That's a success.
Okay.
So whether it's a success that it knocks me out, or a success that I don't get knocked out, I'll leave up to you.
You do not get knocked out. Molly just says, he's not doing too well. I can't do it. It's not working.
Okay.
Anything else?
You can hold an action to shoot someone that comes through the door.
I'll hold an action to shoot someone that comes through the door. Okay.
I think he forgot about hold actions.
Speaking of which,
because the thing is, like, I considered like doing actions through Molly to be doing an action. So,
I mean, yeah. In fairness, that's it. So it's either you hold an action to fire the railgun, or you ask Molly to do a thing, and you chose to talk to Molly. So, yeah, fair enough.
Well, it's not like I'm not standing here and people aren't going to like stick their head over the car and go, "Oh, that's a railgun. I don't want to fucking."
Dr. Charles, Catalina, from your position, you can see these soldiers are still attempting to move. These two duck down low and kind of skirt around the edge of the car just to get away from the danger zone of the tail end of the vehicle thrashing around. So they just circle around the car.
I forgot to mention
the danger zone.
Catalina has taken the briefcase with her.
Cool. Okay.
I forgot. Sorry.
So, sure, that's all right. This guy's gonna move forwards, and in a very tactical, military way, you're like, what? He like pokes his head around the corner, sees a man wearing a black floor-length robe behind the controls of a railgun, and just kind of like spins back around and puts his back against the door. And I don't know if you can hear anything, but he exchanges words with his associates outside, and I think that is their turn.
Well, it sounds
Just
like
talking.
like, oh my god, there's a fucking railgun.
There's a goddamn railgun in there. So,
What's
Tarzan,
wrong with these
suiting up.
people?
Yes, there is definitely something wrong with us, but
What are
that's
they
not
doing?
the point.
Well, the question is,
No.
did the exchange end the moment the compad was broken?
We will get to that right now. PIMM, at this very moment, you are beginning to like dribble the basketball and get moving, and just for a moment, you feel like a weird shift in the space you're occupying, and it's almost like you're about to leave, but then you see the form of Dotak kind of like strain and struggle, and then everything kind of stabilizes.
While he's doing that, I'm going to take a shot.
Okay.
I trained PIMM well.
Playing dirty, I see.
Well,
He
playing
started it.
dirty.
It's just that
So,
we
yeah.
play dirty better.
Roll me athletics with dexterity, please.
I think you mean intelligence because we're in cyberspace.
Excellent point, yes.
That is a 6 and a 4 on the die, plus 1. So it's 11.
Are you trained in athletics?
No, it's a -1 then. So it's still a 10.
Yeah, still just 10. Okay, I'd say that is sufficient for you to pull like a classic locking maneuver. You like weave forward, bounce the ball past him, take a shot from the 3-point line, and you score a basket. For a second, you were concerned because the basket wasn't remaining stationary, but it's stabilized just in time.
It appears that your plan to take over the ship isn't working. Maybe you would like to cease combat and parley, or shall we continue the basketball game?
Durtek says, "No, I just had to move some ground radar dishes. We're fine."
I'm sure. Your ball.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw the ball at him.
Yep. Durtek captures the ball, and now the two of you are going to be making opposed checks.
Is Dotek trained in athletics?
No, Durtek is not trained in athletics.
What a surprise! An AI that's not trained in athletics.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I rolled 5 and a 3 on the die, but I also kind of want Alice to roll for me so that everyone can see it.
Fair enough.
What am I rolling? 2d6 for you?
Yep.
2d6.
2d6.
6 and 1.
Okay.
I'll take the
I
same.
rolled
7.
I rolled 2 4s.
So that's 8.
That is 8. I wouldn't call that sufficient enough to score a basket, but Durtek is able to get around you and is close to the opposing hoop. As you're doing this, as you're playing, there is a conversation occurring because you as beings can do both. So Durtek says, "So, how did you end up so very, very lost?"
I was in a trash planet for about 500 years. How did you end up so deranged?
Shots fucking fired.
I had a team of scientists determined I support that planet. They went to many, many unethical means to ensure my increased performance.
Well, I handle fleet migration patterns. Not sure what you'd want me tethered down to a planet for.
My intent is that of care, love, and efficiency.
Well, that's something we can have a conversation about after I beat you.
I'm looking forward to it. One more roll, please.
Alice.
Okay, that's an 11 on the dice.
Well, I just rolled and I got 12 on the dice. I can't believe it.
Oh my. Well, here's the thing. Durtek has a +2 to intelligence.
And I've only got a +1.
But that means we're tied.
So, yeah, it's a tie, which maintains the status quo. At the end of your turn, you are at your goal, trying to defend against Durtek, and it's a bit of a temporary standoff.
I was
Next
so
up,
happy with myself just then, and then you went, "It's an 11." I was like, "Fuck you!"
Indeed. Lockie, you are able to proceed into the elevator on your turn. So, Catalina and Dr. Charles.
I wasn't actually going to get into it just yet.
Oh, okay. So you are at the door. What do you do?
Yeah. So, seeing that it's not at my floor, I'm not going to take the risk of activating it because that will alert people that I'm here. Is there a service shaft up the elevator?
Yes, there is.
I will take
You
the
can
service
climb
shaft.
a ladder up and down the shaft.
I can
Okay.
also walk
You
sideways up
apply-
it. Kind of. No, can't.
Fair enough.
No, I will climb the ladder.
You pry open the door. step in and scale the ladder up. I'd say with your time movement, you can make it up to the to deck 1 by the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. Copy. Milan, deck
I get to
1.
see what's going on over there now.
Yeah, I am going to move your perspective. Load, please. Deck 1. So you end your turn there, and you know full well that Pim's core is housed here.
Yep.
Okay. Next, we move on to Darius. Can you make me another mental effect save, please?
Before we do, can I
Yeah.
torch to get my brain under control?
Torching's a psychic thing.
It is, but the effects are brutal even if you're not psychic.
Indeed.
I mean,
You've
the
got
way I would word it
a lot
is
going on in your head.
I'm rerouting my own drone control to control my own personality. Basically shunting pain through that instead of through my head.
Torching is probably the worst thing that can ever happen to your character,
I'd say
because
that-
you are doing it voluntarily.
I would say that that's pretty much what I'm doing, though. If that's something that I'm going to attempt, that's not a mental effect save. That's a
At all cost, remember? At all cost.
yeah, at all costs. That is
Okay.
a torch.
Roll me a d6.
Oh fuck. All right. Fuck. It's a 5,
Okay, that's actually not bad for you.
isn't it?
No, Constitution.
I know you need a 6 to get nothing.
Oh
but I
no,
don't-
you get to choose the attribute which you lose.
Yeah. So choose one of your ability scores and have it drop by 1.
Is that the modifier or the base?
The base.
Oh, that's fine. That's no issues.
I
I'm
love
gonna
your
drop
attitude.
my strength permanently by 1.
Okay. You weirdly enough, the brain strain you're experiencing atrophies some of your muscles.
It blows out motor neurons. Is how I work it out.
Indeed.
All
And you
right.
feel just a bit less strong. Okay. You have some of your composure back.
What's my movement speed? 10 foot?
Yeah, 10 meters. Though you are absolutely bleeding from the nose, ears, and maybe some other places.
I'm gonna sprint to there.
Okay. You can make it there. Honestly, that's too far. You can make it back.
In that case, I'll take cover behind the car.
Okay, so
yeah.
there. Okay. You just run up and catch your breath alongside these soldiers. You hear the word railgun being exchanged amongst them.
Yep.
as you get next to them.
I just swear and just go, fucking go, you cowards.
Okay. We move on to
well.
We move on to Lucia, who is going to continue doing what she was told to do and run for the workshop. Try and find Lockie's shield. Dr. Charles.
So watching the camera, I've now seen Darius move forward.
Yeah, because that's where the cameras are.
Yep.
Although you might not actually... I feel like it'd be obscured because of the smoke. And fire.
There's not really enough to fully obscure it. Besides, this ship has a survey sensor array and can see a lot of information.
Okay.
Outside of it.
I'm probably just going to pick out another battery, load it into the telekinetic sling, and fling it at the guy at the door. As I sort of switch places.
Triple R.
Please assign your target.
This one.
Okay, make an attack roll. He has an armor class of 4.
don't think that one hit.
What you get?
And rolled a 1.
Oh no, that absolutely doesn't hit.
Yeah, no.
Well,
You-
shit.
Pull back the battery. Be sure that you're marking off these batteries you're firing as you launch
Yeah.
them. And you, and Darius, you see this battery take the most illogical path through space. It goes, and then just hits the wall. It shouldn't be able to do this.
And I'm gonna switch back to my original spacing.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Next, it is Kathleen's turn.
Me. Okay. I'm gonna message you something, Rory.
Okay. I look forward to it. What format shall I receive this?
Discord.
Okay.
I'm gonna get so much permanent damage out of this.
I think I know what I'm gonna do. I just want to know. I just want to go into this well informed. And this would be a great moment for break. I just realized. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
You're not sorry at all. Don't lie.
Just do it and see what happens. Go big or go home.
Who does a cliffhanger on a break? Fuck.
Well, yes.
Always take advantage of the cliffhanger.
All right.
was sarcasm,
Okay,
by the way.
so this is what Catalina wants to do.
Yep.
She's gonna run back out, close both the doors behind her, and set off the briefcase.
So you're going to run out into the same space as these soldiers.
Yep, she's gonna jump on top of the car.
Okay, so you basically push past Dr. Charles, press the close buttons on the doors,
Both doors,
and then
yep.
then just sprint for it. You this door is open wide enough that you can make it through. I will have to ask you to make an athletics roll with either strength or dexterity to make sure that you can fit through this door before it closes.
Yep.
To be fair, it was jammed open by the car, the closer one to me.
Indeed.
And, I mean, it's not hard to jump onto a car bonnet.
That's a 10.
Yeah, but the door is now actively closing, so I'm making sure she's fast enough to fit
My
through.
drunk friend's
Oh,
broken
right.
knees.
So
narrow.
it was actually only stuck in the current position when I tried forcing it.
Yes.
It wasn't actually actively resisting. Okay, cool.
No.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's how you were able to force it open. But since she shot the car, it's no longer trying to be forced open any further.
Right. Yeah.
10. Okay, you are able to make it through. You basically, do you have like a few parting words for Dr. Charles before you make this sprint?
Sorry.
Because he's right there.
I'm sorry. Bam! Sets it off.
And she just runs, jumps through the doorway, lands on top of the bonnet. All these soldiers glance up in alarm and panic. She cracked open the case and presses a big red button on the top of it. And you will hear the sound of it. And I'm going to go for a break.
Yay! The PIMM's hit project!
So,
I really,
so Catalina
I really,
going through the door, does that count as my hold action to trigger?
No. I really hope it sounds like the depth charges in Star Wars from Boba Fett's ship. If it doesn't,
A little bit.
yeah.
Just a little bit.
So, let me just put
The
this out there.
sonic charges, yeah.
Catalina's been holding this action the entire fight.
Yeah,
Like,
so
yeah.
Does she get XP for hold actions like that?
this door is closed.
Both
this door
doors
is
should be
closed.
closed, yeah.
Yeah. The doors are now shut behind her. The car's front bonnet is like pushed out of the way from the doors just closing behind her, and she just presses the button.
I pushed the button.
mean for you to be caught in it. Jesus, Catalina.
You did not specify! And this is Catalina's way of going,
This is why you shouldn't play with Pimm's toys.
hey, you know what?
Hey,
This is the way Catalina saw it being the most effective.
Okay.
It's okay.
How many people do you think she's
We're
gonna
going for a
take out
break
with
now.
this, man? Yes, break! I want cake and I'm not getting it! I'm so mad!
Yes,
Anyway.
Go
wait.
get cake, quick, hurry. What are you still sitting down for?
It'll take me like 15 minutes to get there and back.
Oh, it won't.
You remind me of.
We'll be back in about.
Honey.
Hey, Alice, what's your health? Because you got to be close to death.
Yep,
Yeah, me too.
yep,
Have a look.
This is going to be bad.
yep.
I'm good.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Anyway, yes.
We got a break! We'll be back in like 15, maybe 20, depending on how much we
Okay,
freak
guys.
out.
Go and get
See you in a
cake.
bit.
Go.
Okay, I just realized I should have been making a map this whole time, but it's fine. I've got an appropriate one. Hello. Everything's fine.
Maybe.
No, it's not. Stop lying to them.
I'm lying to myself. Shut up. Okay. So, step 1. Blast radius.
Well, I'm in that.
You're meant to be in it.
I'm going to quickly find. Oh yeah, this will do.
And you're
I
blind.
need something to act as the facsimile for the actual thing. So
She's gonna feel around for your face, find it with her hands, and then punch it.
So let's theorize, shall we?
I would give it a blast radius of 1 kilometer if it's actually an EMP.
Holy balls.
So that is 50 meters.
Sorry,
That is
guys.
only 50 meters.
I am so
What are you
sorry,
saying,
guys, for what I have done.
So what I have to do is bring my head back and think about what the intent behind this device is.
Is that how big it's meant to be, or is it meant to be big?
No. This was me just wanting to see what 50 meters looked like.
That's the whole ship, half the station, and PIMM.
Yes. So let's rewind in time slightly to the planet where you found this device. You went to a warehouse to find something to help purge Tazi's blood of nanite. The reason that device was stored in a warehouse is because it was not deemed viable for complete use. And other devices of similar functionality were stored due to their potentially excessive amount of danger they would pose to other individuals. So this device is a prototype EMP that was likely shelved because it was deemed too dangerous for mass production.
I'm sorry, guys.
And you just turned it on.
I blew us all up. I'm sorry.
So, Chris, I'm inclined to agree with you that the blast radius, based on that definition, is profoundly large. So, the entirety of the Milan, plus the entirety of the Gloved Molotov, which is parked nearby, plus probably most, if not all, of the space station have all been impacted by this EMP device.
I
Oh,
also
God.
want to make the point.
We blew up
that
another
the
space
amount-
station. I'm sorry.
I also want to make the point that the current that's going to be running through this is going to be 30 to 40,000 volts. So it is going to be very hot.
Yeah. Well, Catalina's skin is also metal.
It's true, and it's in a big durable plastic case. So like she cracked open the case and pressed a button, so the case itself will heat up, but she isn't physically touching the device.
Okay, cool. And the next question, and this is really, really, I hope this is not the case. There's 2 types of EMP. The other one is a nuclear EMP, so the radiation fallout has killed both of us instantly.
This is not a nuclear EMP.
Actually, Chris, we would be fine because we
It's designed
are in
vac
vac
suits,
suits.
but
Even
it's
then,
designed
even
to
then.
be used near machines, those like constructs made out of the nanites. So it makes sense for them not to kill the people as well.
Yeah.
Yes, makes sense, wouldn't it? But again, this was shelved because it was deemed too dangerous for
I mean,
mass
Yeah, but look
production.
at the
Because it
radius.
knocks out everyone else's weapons as well.
to be fair, you usually set an EMP on a cruise missile or something like that. At least that's what we do in modern times.
So, I would, under normal circumstances, ask those involved to make tech-based saving throws. There is actually only one person I will allow to do this, because only one person knows what's about to happen. Catalina, please make me a tech save.
Fuck. Is that a
Oh,
D20?
but my tech save is really
Yes.
good.
Yeah, but you don't know what's about to happen.
That's the only save that's good,
Mm-hmm.
17.
and I've never used it.
Okay, Catalina,
I save.
you have the option to voluntarily turn off your eyes before they are fried.
Oh, I can do
You
that?
do it?
Sweet, I'll do it. Boop.
Okay, so you go completely blind, but you think you have spared your hardware from being cooked by an EMP.
Not that it matters, she's planning on getting replaced anyway, but...
Yeah, but short term, it's good to not be rendered blind again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, remind me once again, Darius, what cyberware did you have installed?
Here we go.
Would this
It's
also
destroyed,
hit
but-
Lucky?
Yeah.
Yes, it will definitely hit me.
It's gonna have like a kilometer radius. You're
Yes.
talking huge.
Alright, cool. I did not know
anyway,
this!
Okay, so electronics I have on me is a data phase tap currently sitting in the car that's active.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a hollow projection device sitting on me. All of my weapons are electronic based, so they're all fucked. There is
Yeah, Catalina's
get
weaponry is probably fucked too.
Primal's out of action, so that's cool. I'm currently all that computer storage is going to get wiped as well. Oh, that hurts the most. Okay, so I've got Tagger nanites installed. I've got Toxin Injector installed. I've got Ghost Talker Transceiver installed. I've got Submersive Identity software installed.
Fuck, you're
I've
a
got-
bloody walking cyber nerd! What the hell?
Yeah, exactly. I'm
You haven't
pure
noticed
tech.
this yet?
Yeah, I'm pure
What
tech.
book are you been hiding?
And I've got my drone control link installed. So, I'm actually going to say all of them are going to heat up to meltdown temperature, and half of them are in my brain.
You are wearing a vac suit though. I feel like that would offer a level of protection. Not entirely.
That's not really how it's going to work. I mean, that might protect you from radiation, but it's not going to protect you from EMP.
It's designed to protect you from environmental factors, and that includes electricity.
Yeah, there's a difference between
EMP
it being
is magnetic.
There's a difference between it being insulated and acting like somewhat of a Faraday cage than a flippin' kilometer radius EMP going off.
Yeah, and it's magnetic.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to protect him amazingly. I'm going to
So-
say it would offer some protection.
So
I highly doubt that.
So this
in the
is
same way that a satellite dish can, or like a radar dish, can
But,
protect
but
against
what you're
EMP.
arguing is too.
guys. It's okay. I'm going to tell you all what happens beginning at the epicenter of this radius and working my way slowly out, okay? Because a lot happens, and I'm going to talk you through it. Catalina, you pressed the button, but you had the sense of mind to turn off your eyes before you did so. You press the button, and immediately you hear and you feel a slight shift followed by suction as the seal holding the Milan to the space station unclamps.
Oh.
Oh, that bad.
Hmm.
That's very bad.
You feel as well your arm getting a rather uncomfortable temperature as it also contains cyberware.
Oh yeah.
So
I forgot about my
yeah.
blade.
yes, so you will be taking some internal damage from that. You take 4 points of damage from your from internal burns and your arm heating up.
Cool. I'm still alive. Still alive.
Yeah, I'm not.
And there is some explosive decompression. Well, not explosive decompression. There's decompression that occurs as this door is. What layer should I put this on? As this door slams shut to keep. Actually,
It's
an
a lot
EMP just
stronger.
fired.
Yeah, no, it
An
doesn't.
EMP just fired. Oh no!
Yep. The whole
It's
space
like
station
gonna be compressed.
compressors. Yep.
It's like you don't even realize half of what is happening.
So it's closer to 5 cars get thrown at us.
Yeah. So that's. Jeez. My composure. Okay. So Darius, you were hiding next to this car.
Yep.
It wasn't running, but you were hiding behind it to take cover from the railgun. But then all of a sudden, your brain feels like somebody just dropped like hot spicy chili inside there, and you don't even have the hit points to compensate. You just crumple to the ground on 0 hit points, lightly twitching and spasming because, sweet merciful Lord, you've got too much inside your head right now to deal.
Yeah. I've
So-
literally got like 4 pieces of cyberware in my head, and
Yeah.
one of them runs along all of my nerves, and then I've got a bunch of other shit. So yeah, I'm fucked.
So, thinking about this, the decoupling occurs, but the gap is actually quite narrow. However, the force of the air attempting to leave will push the Milan and everybody else away from us. So Catalina, completely blind, you feel yourself lifted off your feet, your back slams into the door of the Milan, and can you please roll me a d8?
Am I gonna die?
We all are.
6.
Everyone's dying. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Maybe not
Hey,
straight
you-
away.
You are forced down and out towards the planet.
Okay.
So the force of the air launches you out and downwards, kind of sideways. Darius, you are unconscious and have absolutely no idea what is happening to your body. I will make a roll on your behalf. Okay, you actually follow exactly the same trajectory as Catalina. I rolled another 6. So, so Catalina, you are like flying and tumbling backwards. You probably wouldn't. You can't see Darius, so just the two of you are in psychic vac suits, flying out and away. That's where you are right now. Next, furthest out, Dr. Charles. You don't have any cyberware on you, but the interior of the Milan goes completely black.
I'd say that a ship traveling through space would have some degree of
Electromagnetic shielding.
EMP shielding because you need it to travel through space.
Not at an EMP set off at point blank range, a meter from a ship.
So
That's like getting hit by a nuke. I mean, yes, you might have 4 centimeters of iron or 4 inches of solid steel, but if you set off a nuke right next to it, it's going to do nothing. Exactly the same thing, except with magnetic forces instead.
you
It's
are
like some-
standing in pitch blackness. You can't see a thing.
Some parts of the ship are probably shielded better than others, like the engine room or the lab, but not
So-
all of it.
So, Dr. Charles, at this point, you just feel the ship moving beneath your feet. Speaking of your feet,
It's because I know he wouldn't. He's flying.
and EMP just went off. So, Dimitri, you feel a very unsettling sensation. The ship's artificial gravity turns off.
Oh, I know.
So you are now, and the maglock holding the railgun down to the deck of the ship also turns off. So you are now holding a railgun and begin gingerly floating upwards again in complete darkness. Lucia was running forwards, so she had forward momentum. You can't really see what happened to her, but because she was running forwards, she would likely continue in that direction. at an equivalent velocity. Kind of just,
Oh fuck! Full sprint into a wall.
just floating towards the door. Next out would be Lockie. I'll get to him at the end. Lockie, what cyberware do you have installed?
I have the Twitch lock actuators.
Mhm.
Actually, what is the other one?
Submersion identity trigger, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. I have the panspectral optics.
Okay.
The muscular hyperactivity motors, and the body arsenal array,
Oh, you're
Okay.
and the internal battery.
Okay.
Shit.
You've got a lot of internal heating going on.
Hey, Alice, you know how you said how would you turn a battery into a bomb? This would be
I
one of the
imagine
ways.
that there would be some form of EMP shielding as well for the battery
I mean,
to
like-
stop something like that from happening.
so like
Somewhat.
you know standard electrical cables you have at home, like Cat5 cable.
Hmm.
That has EMP shielding, right?
Yeah,
It's
very
it's basically just very very minimal stuff. Most batteries have that sort of stuff. Again, it's the difference of hitting a steel plate with a hammer or hitting it with a nuke.
If ships are designed to handle radiation storms, cosmic storms, and all other kinds of electrical and magnetic radiation or disturbance, then I'm sure there would be some kind of defense, no matter how small.
So you
It's
think the
still-
ship would be completely shielded from EM?
It's still bad. I'm just saying it's still bad.
Yes,
Lockie,
But like we compare at one stage, we were comparing it to a nuke going off right next to the ship.
Yeah, exactly. It's the difference between physical force versus magnetic force. It would be doing exactly the same
Anyway,
thing.
let's just let Rory make
Yes.
his decisions. It doesn't matter regardless of the actual science.
This is
yeah.
the game.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
we'll make the
this is
decisions.
sci-fi. I try and be as respectful to science as I can, but sometimes you can't. So I do my best.
Fair.
Rocky, you were scaling up the ladder. In fact, I think you probably ended your turn right next to the elevator door. That on your next turn you would pry open and step out onto deck one. So you probably have like one arm on the rung. You were turning and were about to reach for the door, and then all of a sudden, the suit locks up, and you feel a lot of points of heat inside your body.
Yeah.
You take 12 points of damage
I'm still good.
from the sheer volume of cyberware inside you, heating up and screaming. Your eyes are no longer working.
Yes.
But aside from that, you're more or less okay. You do have like a manual way to disengage from the armor. It's a bit cumbersome and it's going to be hard because you are currently on a ladder, like 4 stories. Actually, no, you're like 1 story above the top of the elevator because it was on deck 3. So if you fall, you'll land on top of that as opposed to falling all the way down. So it's not awful. PIMM, you go night night.
I figured-
Sleepy time for
Yeah.
PIMM. Oh no.
All the hardware providing processing and other means for you to function completely shut off, and the connection with Dotak is severed. Okay. Well, Catalina, you finished your turn pressing the button dramatically. Tazi! She doesn't have any cyberware, and also she's not next to anybody, so.
And she's near the power room.
She's near the power room.
We don't know what happens to her because we aren't there.
Correct. So,
It's almost as
Catalina,
if PIMM planned for this.
so Catalina,
Yeah.
that was your turn. Dimitri,
Yep. That's me. Okay.
what do you do on your turn?
Oh, what do I do on my turn?
Yes, it is pitch black, and you are floating.
Molly,
Yeah?
I need you to see for me.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. And you... she functions telepathically. So basically what she does is inform you of the location of people in the immediate vicinity. You become aware of the location of Dr. Charles and Lucia, as well as Catalina and Darius. You see that the specific psychic frequency of the two of them are both following the same trajectory out, away from the station and towards the planet at some speed.
Okay. I will attempt to push the railgun away from me to get some momentum so I can hit a wall.
Okay. Which wall are you aiming for?
Doesn't matter. I had no idea which. I know I'm floating, but I don't like how far from the floor or anything I am. So, I'm just gonna try and push it away, and hopefully that it doesn't quite work like that, but we'll see.
I imagine if you push it away, you'd be hitting the thing that was behind you to start with, which is that airlock.
Yeah. So if you push away, if you just push away, you would fly backwards, and would probably
fetch
end
up against the wall. Yeah, that's fine.
Just like bumping against the wall.
It's like I like to think I've probably been over every inch of the ship at some point in the last couple of months, so I have a fairly good idea of what's in this room, for instance. And I can, scrabble around till I find a access panel or something. I have no idea. Do you want me to roll for this?
So you basically land up against the wall. The 4 other guys who were in this room with you, I will be rolling an amount of damage they are taking for being in hard vacuum. Casey, curious?
Without it?
Okay.
You survive 1 round, and then after that, you take 1d20 damage for every round thereafter.
Yeah, but there's no way they're going to survive, so I'm just going to do it now.
Okay.
Can't argue that logic.
None of them are in vac suits. They're being flung around. 3 out of the 4 of them are on 1 hit point. If the force of being shoved against the side of the ship by the launch of all that air doesn't kill them, the lack of air will. So all 4 of them are just dead, and their corpses are scattered around the Milan by the force of the air vacating the space station. Good grief.
She is the demolitions expert.
So,
I debate the expert part.
So all these cars also just fly out and would probably impact the side of the ship. So like heavy thunks of like doom, 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 as these cars just slam one by one into the side of the doors as they are sucked out, and then like roll off the side of the ship and fly out into space. I'm just gonna give the Milan 1 point of damage for that.
How many people are on this space station?
That's a very
Not
good
many
question.
now.
We don't know. We're sure we'll find out.
Like, legit, this is like looking at least 200, 300 people minimum.
Well, there's going to be more airlocks spread around this place because it's sloppy designed to not have a lot of airlocks. So
It's also a sloppy design for something that floats in space above the planet, not protected by its.
Yeah, but airlocks require
being shielded better than us.
But all airlocks require not to be EMP'd.
Yeah, but you're thinking of normal airlocks. These would be... Eventually, you'd have airlocks that would work off pressure, that will manually drop down and seal without power. It's the only thing that makes sense when you're in space.
I was going to say, it would be a reverse magnetic.
Space future.
It would be when power is active, it would be holding the door open. When power is off, it forces it shut.
Smacks it shut.
I don't know about that because I've got magnetic locks and I've fried them with electrical current before, and it doesn't quite work how you.
I'm pretty sure that's currently how nuclear silos are protected.
Anyway.
You know what? That makes
Even
no
then.
sense.
Yeah, never mind.
I'm going to be honest.
Spaceships are supposed to be defended against solar storms and like bloody all kinds of radiation and irradiant like space stuff. I'm sure there is electrical EMP in there somewhere.
There's a difference in concentration. That's all.
I will take the information from you guys. It does make sense that if the power shuts down, the doors close too, because I'd rather you guys not be doing a genocide. So I will say that
I'm sure Catalina would rather not be doing a genocide.
This door.
Oh look, if it was Yakuta,
close.
might be a different story.
Yeah, so that door does close, and it seals off the rest of the station from explosive decompression.
Again, it also depends on the AI and whether or not he was paying attention to what was going on and closed the door prematurely before Catalina.
Oh no, he was otherwise distracted. He couldn't seem to shoot a 3.
Oh boy. Okay, so that happens on their turn. Tazi does something. PIMM. You don't have access to any processing power.
Yeah, but like before, when the power went off on the ship before, I can at least power the computer I'm in.
That is true. You run your own. You bring your own portable power as a core, so you are able to get. You can probably see the room you're in and can operate as a baseline human consciousness temporarily.
Well,
it's just pitch dark.
Shit.
You can probably surmise what has happened.
I'm gonna message. I'm gonna send messages and calls out to members of the crew.
Okay.
That is.
That's useless because all our phones would probably be fried.
Yep.
Yes, but PIMM does not know this.
What do you mean you don't know this? You're the one that told her to set off the damn machine. You could make an educated guess.
I didn't know you would set it off right at the ship base.
No.
He figured you would toss it out, shut the door properly, and then let it go off after a timed mission.
She did. She did shut the doors behind her first, before it went off.
Well, behind her, and now she's in space, and it wasn't a timed detonation.
Well, no,
It's all
because she
good.
didn't trust Darius not to hack it.
It's all good. So you spend your turn trying to call the crew, but you don't have any success. Lucky.
Yes.
What is it? What's an appropriate skill for you trying to dismount something you're inside without falling while you're blind?
I mean, I assume exosuit would be the attempt to dismount from it.
Yes. So I'd roll exosuit with dexterity.
All right, I can do that. First time I actually have to roll for the fight.
On a ladder, yeah.
On a ladder, so it's not easy.
Yes. Thankfully, I have some pluses.
What is
that won't matter. I rolled a double 6.
Nice.
And then
Okay.
it's plus 2
He
on
does
top
a
of that.
backflip as no. He tries to do a backflip and then realizes there's no gravity, so he just floats in space.
I mean, I am blind. It's still going to be not that great.
What is Lockie's
And you are
current
no longer
mental state?
maglocked, by the way.
Sorry, say that again.
What is Lockie's current mental state? Asking Rory.
Lockie's current mental state is
He is a soldier. He is focused on the mission.
yes, the mission.
No,
He
no.
has been
But
given orders.
what personality is he currently running under?
That's the big question because the thing's gone down.
I don't know yet.
You just had an identity submersion trigger fried in your head, and you're the only one conscious to figure out what happens when that happens.
You were given orders. You are currently operating on the last given orders to you, and it's likely you may not be able to receive new ones because as Chris surmised, this cyberware rewrites brain chemistry So your chemistry is holding strong and cannot be amended further while your cyberware is broken. It is unfortunate. This is just so messy. But lucky, you are able to reach down, basically pull the flap in a very subtle but well-designed location, and you feel a lot of pneumatic valves release, and plates of armor just kind of like slide away from you, and you can kind of like force your way out, like kind of pull your way out of it. But that takes your turn.
I was going to say,
still...
anything else would have just been blindly trying to reach towards the door.
Yeah. So you are still clinging to the ladder, and so is your suit by one arm. But you have been able to successfully dismount from it.
Yep.
Darius, you are hurtling towards Papadias.
Down. Yep.
Indeed, you lose 1 hit point.
Well, I think I'm going to count in turns because it's -6 kills me. So.
-10 should kill you mechanically.
No, if you read the mechanics on it, it says Here we go. The creature brought to 0 hit points has been defeated. A mortally wounded creature at 0 hit points will die in no more than 6 rounds.
That's creatures, not players. Under these rules, you as a player have to drop to -10 to die.
Really?
That I'm sure of. Yeah.
That's super weird because that's the only bleeding out rules in this thing.
And you lose
one injury, death, and healing.
Yeah. So you lose 1 hit point a turn and go to -1. And are hurtling towards
examples with PCs, but okay.
Really?
Yep.
I've always
Give me a sec.
Because that's what we did last time with me.
Well, it's been -10 since we started
I'm pretty
playing.
sure it's if you reach -10 or 6 turns, you die outright.
Oh, so -10 or 6 turns.
Yeah.
Healing.
That's what I'm reading here, but.
I just realised all of the echoes were powered down when the EMP went off, so they're fine.
Yeah.
What?
That's lucky.
Thanks, Dotak.
I mean, technically, so then was the lift.
Doesn't matter, Rory. We'll see. I'll keep looking and I'll see when I get to it.
I mean, it kind of does matter, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
I will read up on it now, and I will confirm and check.
Cool. You are flying through space. Lucia floats forward and just slams face first into the door to the workshop and curses loudly. Dr. Charles, turn is yours. The last thing you saw before it went dark was Catalina just grabbing a case, running away, and then
She said, "I'm sorry" as well. Before she ran out, she said, "I'm sorry."
The thing is, there was windows on the airlock, right?
There was cameras.
There's cameras. These ones don't have windows. They're too big for that. But you feel that the Milan is now adrift as opposed to locked to something.
Yes, which means there's nothing holding Lena and Darius into that tube.
The EMP was so bad, my computer just blue screened. I'm on the phone at the moment, but I'll be back in a tick.
Oh boy!
Oh, that's great.
Not
So-
even kidding. I'll take a photo.
My brain instantly goes into shit. Would I be able to tell where they are with the effort of keeping them in vac suits? What?
That's a no.
I can't. Okay.
We can't hear you, Rory. We can see your mouth move.
Why can you not hear me?
We can now.
No, can now.
Oh, there
Were
we
you
go.
too
Because-
far away, maybe?
That should be fine. Hello! We're all good. So, you aren't sure where they are.
I probably. Dimitri, where's Catalina and Darius? Across the
Molly,
hall.
across the hold in the dark. Molly tells me they're floating away from the ship towards the planet, I think.
At that point, he'd instantly try opening the first door of the airlock with his telekinesis.
Okay.
Just enough that he can slip through and then shut it again.
I think the amount of force involved in that is too much for your telekinesis, but you are right next to the door control. So just like with other doors, you can like pull open a panel, spend your action like churning, like pulling the door open slightly, then fly through and be inside the airlock.
And can I shut it again?
Yes,
While I'm
I'd say you can like chunk it open, like here, then move inside, then like press like a manual release, and it then shuts behind you.
Cool. I will do that this turn, and then get ready to do it on the next turn.
Okay. As you kind of float by, your foot brushes past the broken remains of Primal. Who's still in there?
It's bad boy.
Okay. Catalina, you can now turn your eyes back on if you want to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, you are hurtling towards the planet Papadias. It is probably one of the most terrifying experiences you've ever had. You have absolutely no control of what you're doing, where you're going, and as you kind of panic and catch your breath, you look up. You are falling progressively further and further away from the space station. All of its windows are dark, by the way. There's no light coming from that station anymore. And as you look up, you can see the limp, unconscious body of Darius falling about 10, 15 meters away from you, following a very similar trajectory.
I have a question.
No,
I may have an answer.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
All good.
We're still in space, right?
You are still in space.
So no
The
gravity.
station is in low orbit. There is little gravity, but there's never no gravity unless you're in deep space.
Okay, so we are.
You have velocity because of the air that escaped from that section of the ship, and it pushed you towards the planet.
Cool. Okay. Question.
Yes.
Next question.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, what comes in a survival kit? Because Catalina has a survival kit.
Let's have a look.
Nothing helpful to you.
Does it have an air horn? Because that would be useful.
I believe it has like an oxygen tank.
Survival kit comes with a fire lighter, water filter, 3 thermal flares, a knife, a thermal blanket, a brightly colored 3x3 meter waterproof tarp, a glow bug, and a radio beacon that can transmit a distress signal up to 50 kilometers for 24 hours. And it includes a Type A power cell.
I think you know what you need to switch on, right?
What survival kit doesn't have rope, man? Alright. Okay.
What are you gonna do? Flick it out and spin it like a cowboy, then hook the Milan?
Shut up, you. No. My next
Knowing her,
question
yes.
is, how close are we to some sort of surface?
Like the surface of the planet?
Not that kind of surface. Like object.
You're probably maybe at this point 50 or so meters from the Milan and getting further away every second.
Okay, that doesn't help me. Okay.
You're
I have-
thinking
I have
of
a-
Scrabble?
I have a different question.
Yes.
Can I throw my low oxygen grenade below me and try and hit it with a knife to set it off so that it will give us propulsion back the other way?
If you were in a situation that contained any oxygen at all, I would say maybe. but since you are, as I said, in orbit, there is no oxygen, so it will not want to go off.
Okay, I guess I just
Try farting.
keep falling. There's nothing else I can do.
Okay, you keep falling.
There's nothing else I
Okay,
can do.
so I've clarified. I believe I was reading Bleeding Out from revised editions. It is dying at neg 10, lose 1 point every round, which is interesting. So in the revised rules, they've made it shorter.
Yes, they have.
Am I able to grab Darius?
I will allow you to attempt it.
Okay. What do I need to roll for that?
Athletic?
I can do that.
It's hard to even attempt because you are hurtling through an environment that has absolutely no air resistance. So how do you alter your own velocity?
Well, he's falling next to me.
Yes, but he's like above you, and it's not like you can like poke your arms out to make yourself fall more slowly. You're floating through space towards a planet, and you can't really do a whole lot. But actually, you know what? Roll me tactics to try and think of a way to grab him.
Nope.
Okay, you're just kind of like panicking. You like grab your bag and just think to yourself, okay, what's in here? What do I do? What do I do? And you spend your turn thinking, how do I stop this?
I pull out 2 glow bugs. Fuck!
Like, I'm gonna die! What do I do? Okay. Dimitri, the turn is yours.
And all you heard is this.
It's lucky there's air in here still, so that one can breathe into his sounds. Molly, I think a Charles needs your assistance. In the meantime, I'm just like crawling away along, hunting a panel.
How do?
What?
How do I help Charles?
You need to show him where Darius and Catalina are outside the ship.
Dr. Charles, you feel you feel a direction, like you're approaching the door and you kind of look down. It's like you can feel psychically 2 little specks floating away in a direction, but these specks are getting smaller and smaller and weaker as though they're leaving Molly's range. But at the very least, you know what path they took away from the ship.
Yeah.
And Dimitri, you kind of like reach around, grab onto the wall, kind of like use the friction of your hands to like pull yourself along the wall, and you can get to a panel here. And I say that's your turn. I'm going to remove the soldiers from the train.
Just a quick question. My astronautics kit would have a light in it.
A toolkit for astronautics? Probably. Like a head torch.
Something. Digging out in ship panels and shit would probably need light. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Like as part of this, you can like pull out one of those like head-mounted torches with like an elastic band and just pull it on and then turn it on and be able to see around you. Yep, you're good. Tazi.
No further questions.
Yeah. It's been like a few rounds.
Is she dressed yet?
It's been about 5 rounds, I think. 5 or 6.
The thing, whatever she's getting into was off when the EMP went off.
I think it's mechanical anyway, so.
It's not that kind of machine. This was not a machine.
I need to check what she was wearing.
Clothes, I hope. I don't want to bump into a naked lady as I fly around ship.
That's where I was looking. Each round after the first, an additional neg-1 penalty is applied to the use of a Lazarus patch. The patch is no use after 6 rounds.
Yeah. So after that, only psychic healing can heal you.
Right. So how does psychic heal work?
Because it doesn't need the patches, it just heals.
True.
Because the
No,
Lazarus
I
patch
get that,
needs
but
medical
I'm
knowledge to be able to use it, whereas psychic
I
healing is an
understand
ability.
that. No, I understand that, but I'm trying to work out how it works in regards to it.
Okay, Tazi has done something. Pim,
Good job, Tazi.
you have tried to heal people, it hasn't really worked. What do you do?
Well, to be fair, what can I do?
You can see the room around you. You can compose moderately complex thought.
Is
That's
my
about it.
Voyager in the room?
Well, actually, I should say you're like at the top of the round. So I will say, by virtue of things, while the room around you is pitch black, actually this applies to everybody currently on board the ship. Small running lights begin to flick on along the edges of the walls and commonly trodden pathways. So it seems like this ship does have shielding against EMPs. Just it wasn't quite prepared for the sheer brute force and volume of one right away. It may be able to.
Emergency power's gone on.
Yes, emergency power has activated, and that's enough to provide basic internal ship lighting for now.
Just lighting?
For now.
Does it also open up communications through the ship? So because that would make sense.
That would make sense. That's a pretty solid.
It would be three things, Rory. It'd be emergency lighting. It would be
life support,
and communications.
Yes.
Wouldn't be great communication. It'd probably be like basic radio, but
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd be very basic.
Push your thing on the button. Hello, come in.
Yeah. And and Pim.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. And Pim, since you are wired in, you now have access to the internal ship comms.
Boop. Tazi, come in. Press the button on the wall.
Okay. She's heard you.
Say something.
She may not be near a button on a wall.
I will wait.
Okay. That's your turn.
Yeah, so I just
Lucky.
checked. Biopsionics have a 6-round limit too. It's just weirdly worded that it's neg 10 hit points or 6 rounds.
Lucky, if you like, you can pry the door open to the elevator.
I can try, but I can't see.
Fair enough. So roll me athletics with strength to feel around. And you're like, where's the seam? Am blind. Pull open.
Well, 7.
Okay, I'd say that is sufficient. So yep.
I'd say it'd be just like any other airlock. There'll be a panel on the inside of the outside with a lever in it.
Good point. So yeah, you went with Darius onto that other ship and saw all the same kind of thing. So yeah, you are able to find the thing that opens the door and can proceed out. You've used your action to open the door, but you have still got some movement.
And the core room's directly in front of me, isn't it?
Yes, that much you can recall.
Yep, so I'm just going to blindly step forward, arm out, kind of in front of me. Feel for the door.
Yep. You can probably reach forward, bump into the door, and then reach sideways and make your way towards another panel to open it.
Yep.
And that's your turn.
No,
Darius, you lose another hit point.
Yep.
Lucia is panicking loudly. She says, "What the hell was that? What just happened? Who did the? What is? Can somebody explain to me what just happened? Am I still getting Lucky Shield, or are we past that?"
I believe an electromagnetic pulse went off.
Dimitri would just say, "Shut up, Pizda. Settle the fuck down."
Catalina would have made it. Catalina would have made it kind of clear that she needed to get that shield.
Okay.
I'm currently listening to the entire ship through the emergency communication system. There is a lot of noise. The chickens are especially annoying at the moment.
Because they're floating?
So, yeah, it's floating. 0G chickens. So Lucia floats over to this door, cracks it open, and then floats through.
They propel themselves by laying an egg.
Good grief. Dr. Charles, if you like, you can leave.
I will open the next door, not bother to close it behind me because I need to move.
Okay. You crack open the door, feel actually Primal is launched out the door. As you open it. And since there are now onboard ship running lights, you can see Primal's body in there more clearly.
He's innocent.
As the lights turned on, I probably would have grabbed him before I started pumping to open the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the air's left, sort of like place his body on the ground and then move outwards.
Okay, so Primal is floating ever so slightly and gingerly inside that space, and then you just rocket out 20 meters towards your friends falling towards space.
Can I see them?
You can sense them.
Okay.
For the time being. And I
Okay,
have to
yeah,
do this,
just start
but
rocketing as fast as I can. Like I build up as much as I can, and then just basically free fall straight towards them.
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go and pee again because I can't do this. Hang on.
Rory!
He's got the worst damn bladder, man. I swear to God.
You need to read your biostasis rules again.
Don't worry, I've got it. Trust me.
Okay.
He's not going, kilometers a second at this point. Rory has a fine bladder. It's just that Rory sits there and chugs water.
I feel like he nervous drinks. So like he's sitting there getting nervous and just keeps drinking and drinking and drinking and drinking.
Maybe.
Probably.
I feel like we're stressful. Also, kitty cat.
We're definitely stressful.
Kitty cat.
Hit. Yum, yum, yum.
Yes. This music does not help.
That was my secret weapon against Yakuta. I didn't want to use it.
Well, you didn't. Catalina used it for you.
He told me to. It's all PIMM's fault.
Legit, messages went to every one of the crew who was still listening to PIMM.
I mean, it's kind of not, because you had enough technical knowledge to realize that setting it off in an airlock was an absolutely terrible idea, as per Rory's role on your tech knowledge, and you chose to make the decision anyway.
Yeah, she did.
So you can't blame PIMM for that. He didn't tell you.
My plan was to set it up on the station.
She couldn't get to the station.
It wasn't like PIMM was throwing rocket launcher, rocket-propelled grenades or whatever into a hallway. Completely different.
But he learned from that. He's learning. He's always learning. He'd never been in space before, aside from crash landing into a trash planet.
Damn it, I'm never gonna live down Radalina. Anyway. Oh,
right.
good luck.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Catalina, you are hurtling through space. But you look up and you can.
I'm still gonna attempt to try and grab Darius.
Yes. Oh, actually.
7, I think, flat.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was in the flippin' survival kit again?
A very colourful top.
A very colourful top.
Light bag.
Look, technically the flares emit, so she could possibly use them as a propellant, but...
I'm gonna say in the space future, thermal flares would probably work in space.
Yeah, they work underwater, so.
Yeah. But that's
They make
more.
their own oxygen.
Yeah. So you think to yourself, oh, thermal flares! You pull one out of your bag, basically like try your best to like aim it behind you, and then shoot down to try and adjust your velocity to be able to intercept with Darius's body.
I just want to grab Darius so he's not going to free fall down the bloody fucking planet. Because he's
Yeah,
unconscious.
Roll me tactics or science to aim correctly.
Nope, mine, kitty. You're not mine. Ah ha ha ha. Okay, I'll put you down. There you go.
That cat is not 2d6, please pick up.
But she's so cute. Look at her.
I know.
Which is about 66, not 2d6.
I think my science and my tactics are at the same.
Okay. Show me what you got.
Yes.
Roll to see how cute Fidget is.
Because Catalina is a science nerd as well.
Yeah.
6. What am I
Plus?
adding?
I'd say intelligence.
7.
Okay, that is sufficient. You aim backwards and down. It's not pretty or dignified, and you kind of just end up like grabbing onto the end of Darius's boot, like just barely. So at the end of your turn, it's just you and Darius in free fall. You have him by.
I'm trying to like drag
by
him
the
to
foot.
me.
You're like as you're like huddling towards space.
Yeah.
Dimitri, you now
probably
have. Yeah.
No, that's right. It's fine.
It's all good. Well, what's your turn?
Too much science. Don't worry about it. Oh, the light's back on, so I can see what I'm doing a bit better. I don't know. Maybe just run a diagnostic to try and work out.
Get the engine started. Get power back
Better
on.
power. Oh, PIMM, you are back.
Yes, long story, but I am doing my best to reroute some of the emergency power to certain levels to give us gravity. It would be better if you go and switch the main power back on.
Okay, I will go and see if I can stop the main power.
Please hurry.
But there's no gravity, this helps. I
Indeed.
pushed myself off the wall.
Yeah, I'd say you can probably make it all the way to the door because there's no gravity. Just be all like.
Do I go for that door, or do I go for the other one which is open?
Good point, actually. Which door do you go for?
I go for the one that's open because I'm not moving.
Yeah, but the same distance too. So you like impact the door frame here, and basically on your turn, you're holding onto it. You look inside. You see Lucia kind of just gingerly floating there, being all like, "Shield," and that's all. On Tazi's turn, Pim, you hear the button in the main reactor room get pressed, and feel that she is present and inside.
Tazi.
Yes. What just happened?
And I assume an electromagnetic pulse. Are you still near the engines?
I'm in the reactor room. I came in here as soon as the gravity turned off.
Good. Do you see any outward damage?
Give me a sec. And she's gonna make a tech astronautic roll. See what she can surmise. Not bad. She says, it looks like a lot of the major systems have got some damage to them, but the shielding held up all right. I should be able, like, it'll take some time, but we should be able to redirect power around the damaged systems and get ourselves mostly operational again.
Good. There is a manual pump override by the side of the reactor. I designed it as such. We've had problems in the past of the engine shutting down.
Okay, and that is well, that's Tazi's turn, but that's your turn.
I need an update. What is going on? I do not have many eyes.
Tazi says, I found the pump. Could you talk me through this? I'm not quite sure what you've done here. So roll me a tech astronautic to basically give her a potential +1 on her next turn of trying to get the power back up.
Like, can I hear this conversation?
Yeah, probably. Like
that is it's not a great roll.
no.
It's a 2 and a 4, but I have a +1 to intelligence, so yeah, that's 7.
That is it. That is enough. Yeah. So you just talk her through this like weird hardware you've installed. She's like, give it a shot. Is Dimitri around?
I will patch you through.
Like...
Dimitri, can you kindly press the button on the communications device?
You hear click. It's like, duh. Oh, this pump. Like, just pull lever a couple of times. It puts fuel into the reactor. I'll be there in shortly.
I'm kind of panicking a little bit. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, you're safe. I promise.
Okay. Lockie.
Yes.
You are able to pry open the door and take steps inside. At this moment, Pim, you see that the door to your sanctum, your chamber, opens, and you see a Lockie not striding with his usual confidence, but kind of carefully gauging his steps.
Disabling eject button.
Is entering the room.
Disabling eject button.
I'm gonna put up a photo of his family up on the screen.
I believe it is my turn.
Indeed, it is Lockie's turn. So yes, it's Lockie's time to act. Also, I don't think you have a picture of Lockie's family anywhere.
No, you do not.
Oh wait, yeah, no, you didn't send me that. I sent you my personal stuff, and you didn't send me your personal stuff. Never mind.
How would you have a picture of his family? I'm like, what?
Pim puts up a picture of his
Also,
family.
isn't Lucky blind?
Yes. Lucky is blind, but
okay.
Pim doesn't know that.
Yeah. So, Lockie, it's your turn.
Lockie's just going to try and go off muscle memory to try and get to where the core eject is.
So just proceed forwards. You would probably have been involved in some of the discussions on this. What's a good role for you to be feeling this out? Because it's like a
tactics.
It's a complex
Perception
system.
with dexterity. To
That's not bad,
around.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That.
that makes sense.
Ooh, that is a 9.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you with your movement, you're able to make it to the desk as like your initial point of contact. You're like, okay, I'm at the desk. I recognize this, and then you like feel around to the side, and you reach up and you place your hand on the main core insertion point.
All right, I will attempt to eject.
Okay.
Resisting.
I was gonna say, I suppose it is an imposed tech roll or something.
I mean, you are currently running on like bare essentials
Yes.
in terms of power, so you can't levy as much of the same tech authority as you normally would. You're like barely functioning right now. So this would be an opposed roll, but the opposition would be more just Pim, make a tech save. You clearly value your own survival, so the tech save is whether or not you are able, your instincts kick in time to allow you to be all like, no, don't unplug me.
We should
16. Oh, okay. Do it on stream then. Go on, Alex.
Oh, what do you need me to roll? 2 D6?
D20.
Oh, D20.
Pay attention.
I am paying attention, but not to what needs to be rolled. Also, that's an 8.
Okay. Pim, unfortunately, you are unplugged.
I should have just
I
stayed
don't need
with
to
my
make a
roll.
roll.
You made the roll to find the place where this was. So it's just reach forward and like try to undo it. It was Pim's responsibility to defend himself, but he failed to save.
Oh, I thought that there would be a roll. I thought there was a bit more complexity to it.
Yeah,
To be honest.
for the computer to be pulled apart in Space Odyssey, he has to like crawl inside a space and start pulling shit out.
I mean,
it's not just like, oh, there's the call.
Yeah, but this.
Yeah, like emergency powers come on, yeah? So it's not going to function exactly the same. You're going to have to like press a manual thing to take it out.
Yeah, I think it would have to be a manual core eject or something.
Yeah, so with that being the case, roll me, Lucky, roll me a tech. I'm gonna say tech post tech.
Because this is an important one, Ellis, can you roll it for me?
Yeah.
You sure? I've been rolling pretty shit tonight.
Once again,
that is what I'm banking on.
Dexterity.
I'm so sorry. That was not a bad roll.
Oh dear.
What?
I was hoping it was a bad roll.
10. Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, Pim. I think I'm taking you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yep. So
I don't
Pim,
consent, but all right.
as you are speaking, you all of a sudden lose awareness of your surroundings, and Lockie, though you are still entirely blind, you feel the core slide out and drop into your hands.
Okay.
It's warm.
That's the majority of my movement in turn, anyways.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Darius, you lose a hit point. Lucia floats over to the workshop and just starts like haphazardly pulling open drawers and cabinets, being all like, "Where is Shield?" And that's her turn. She's just looking around. Dr. Charles.
I start moving towards the pool of Catalina and Darius.
Okay.
And the moment I get them within view, I'm going to use telekinesis to hold them into place.
Okay, this is kind of a challenging situation. Your forward velocity, and therefore the max you can achieve in terms of forward velocity, and their current forward velocity are similar. So you are going to have. You are saving their lives. So you are going to have to push yourself above and beyond the call of your regular powers to catch up to them. So, can you please roll me a telekinesis roll? So roll 2d6, add your telekinesis, and wisdom.
That's a 9 plus 5.
God damn.
My telekinesis is currently 4 with Regalia.
Yeah, it's just fully amped up.
Yep.
Where did it run out? Actually, no, I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
Trust me, I want to be getting him on the ship quickly.
So, you feel like a lot of pain in your head as you conjure this amount of effort to catch up. You are hurtling forwards as fast as you can. You're like, you're straining against the forward force and are having a very, very difficult time of it, but you think you're getting closer. You think you're getting closer. You hope you can get close enough in time.
I would have seen as the flare went off.
Yeah, so, oh yeah, you can just, like, if you can see them, you can grab them. That's a good point.
Yes.
Okay, so are you just going to, like, use your telekinesis to be all, like, yoink?
I'm going to hold them in space for a moment and then start pulling them towards me as I'm moving forward.
Okay, how far can you move something in around?
I want to say 20 meters. Just give me 1 second. It is, I can move them 20 meters per round.
Okay. Right.
As long as they're not resisting.
Yeah.
There is no resistance.
If it's a body, I can move it. Catalina, on the other hand, if she resists, I can't move her.
She's not resisting. She's actually just trying to hold on to Darius.
Hmm.
So you can
okay.
Darius because he's a body.
Yes.
She's attached.
Yes.
I'm barely attached. I've got like a hold of his foot.
Even in the dead of space, you can smell fried brain.
Not sure that's quite how it works, but okay.
Good to know. Yes. the smell
Okay.
of Fried brains.
At this point, I'm gonna fast track us just a little bit because I believe, if my maths are correct in terms of where you are, where I'm mentally tracking everybody, you are able to catch up to them and can lay hand on Darius with a round to spare.
That means it has a 75% fail rate.
Not if I use biosotics.
No, with
Biosonics just
biosonics,
work.
check the rules. Biostasis. The biosonic can maintain the vital life. The biosonic may restore a life to a creature that has been dead for no more than 6 rounds. There is a 100% chance of success if the power is used within first 3 rounds of death, with the chance decreasing by 25% for every round afterwards. You have a 75% fail rate.
Are you dead or just unconscious?
Dead. If he fails, I die.
I thought you had to get to -10 to die.
No, it's 6 rounds, and then nothing works. So you're technically alive, but nothing can heal you. Biopsionics and Lazarus patches included. So he has a 75%.
So Biosonic's touch can automatically stabilize mortally wounded targets as a main action. This power must be used on a target within 6 rounds of their collapse. This does not function on a target that has been decapitated or killed by heavy weapons. It is the GM's decision as to whether a target is intact enough for this power to work. You're reading the old rules. I'm using the revised rules for psionics.
Yes. Yes.
I literally just need to touch you.
Apologies for the fact, but yes, I just read over it too. That part was amended in the revised rules. So he can save you.
Wait, what? Which one is it?
Under the revised edition rules, core technique, psychic sucker.
Let's move on, guys.
Yes.
But
So
yes, next round I can catch up and touch.
yes. In fact, I'm gonna just like drop us out of initiative just a little bit because we've been at initiative for so long and things just need to kind of calm down.
Okay.
And
Go.
immediate stress and danger is a bit less pressing, though I will still be tracking what Lockie is doing because he is present and a threat. So, Lockie.
Yes.
You have the core.
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm assuming that I've got the core because I can't see it, but you know, it kind of feels right. But I'm going to basically start making my way towards what I believe is an airlock that is still functioning and still attached to a space station because I don't know what's happened.
That means you have to go down 2 levels.
Yes.
3 levels.
Yes.
That's true.
I never said it would be.
Your suit is in the way of the elevator.
I never said it would be easy. No, my suit is in the service path.
Ah, okay.
Plus, he doesn't know the elevator's working because he can't see.
Yes. All I know is my armor suddenly turned off, my eyes turned off.
And
You ain't working no more.
And then I've had to walk. Unarmored.
Okay. So you just holding the core, staggering towards the elevator, just being all like, oh, I don't know what's going on. This is hard.
Yep.
This is difficult. Oh
just
boy,
altogether
this
not
is
having
just
a great
lot.
time.
Yeah.
Do I notice Pin cut off mid-sentence while he's telling Tazi how to use a fucking lever on a pump?
I'd say yes. You probably would.
Yeah.
I'm like mashing button. Pim, what the fuck have you gone? You shit. Tazi, can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay, you need to pump that lever, I think 8 times, and then you need to start pounding the ignite button on the reactor.
And yeah, at this point, you can also have like join her in the room and be helping her with this. So you're both rolling a tech astronaut thing to try and get power back online.
That is something around 11.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. By your powers combined, you are able to begin the reboot sequence of the vessel, and feel more and more systems over time kick back in. PIMM hasn't said anything though, which is odd. Lucky, you feel like it's kind of taken you a minute to like wrap your head around quite what's going on, but you only notice that the hum of the ship's the actual like very subtle hum of the ship was missing when it comes back.
Okay.
Because like sometimes you're a bit detached from the ship because you're in your armor, so you feel like the ship beneath you be all like as if it's like powering back on.
Question: would I have seen the effects of an EMP in my travels?
In your travels? That's a very good question.
Because it wouldn't have happened on my planet.
On your planet, no. Think about where you've been, shall we? Oops, that's upside down.
Nuclear weapons, maybe. You don't see EMPs very often.
EMPs.
As Darius said, they're usually on the end of cruise missile. Because you don't want that shit near your ship.
Roll me a luck save.
Luck save? Yeah. That is a 7, so that is a fail.
So unfortunately, no. You have not had the privilege of seeing any EMPs go off in your time working for Papadias Mercenary Corps.
Yeah, all good. So not knowing that, still unaware of the fact that the ship is kind of out of power. Find it a bit strange, suspecting something's gone wrong, thinking probably PIMM was trying to do something to disable me. And yeah, just gonna keep on continuing towards the trying to get to the airlock.
The door to the elevator was left open, and you could feel your way towards the ladder that you just used, and then begin to make your way down. The ship is booting back up. Dr. Charles, you have yourself a bit of a dilemma. If you heal him, he will become immediately conscious, which means that he has the power to potentially resist your psychic grasp. Are you going to heal Darius regardless?
I don't know, look at Catalina and be like, hold him. And then sort of move her like behind him so she can grab him.
Okay.
And then once she's in position, I will heal him, starting with his what appears to be a very burned out brain.
Do you rub your hands together before you press him on his chest, or?
Yeah, just.
Okay.
Serious question. How many system strain do I need?
1.
He's unconscious, so it's 2.
Oh.
Like he takes 2 points of system strain if you're healing him from being unconscious. And if he can't receive that, then the healing doesn't work. So, how much spare system strain do you have?
2. Now 0.
Okay. That is clutch. That is very, very clutch. So,
do I need to roll a strength or athletics roll to grapple him?
Well, first we'll determine how many hit points he comes back on. So, Dr. Charles, roll that for me, please.
I'm gonna laugh because Darius will probably...
5? Okay.
5.
Darius, you suddenly regain consciousness. You feel your body is restrained. You've got the worst headache of your life. You're once again in space, and Super Saiyan Dr. Charles has just placed his hands on on your chest and neck and seems to have just healed you. What is your immediate reaction after that happens?
What? Where the fuck am I? I'm not resisting.
Okay. So, he's not resisting, which means that you can fly him back up to the ship.
I will. Yes, I'll start moving them both using Catalina as the anchor to move them back towards the airlock.
Okay. You
Actually, I'd probably start taking him to the med bay rather than the original airlock. Because he needs to be overseen.
Catalina is also looking pretty damn rough.
I will heal you on the next turn.
So you are flying them up to...
You don't have to heal her, but just letting you know, she could probably benefit from a trip to the medical office too.
You are flying them up to the med bay on the like emergency EMT station on deck 1.
Yeah.
And something has just presented itself to me as a thought, prompted by somebody else.
Oh dear.
Because Michaela has made a very good point.
Would it be that Molly would have shown me that Lockie was on board the ship?
No. Yes, actually. That is a thing that... Yeah, that's a good point. You'd be aware that he's on the ship, but just up. But also present on the ship. Oh, goodness gracious me. Yeah. The person I was thinking of is the rogue psychic. But she also has cyberware.
Oh god. I will be back.
Oh no.
So the question is, what does an EMP going off
Hang on.
do to the rogue psychic?
I have a question though. She is precognitive. If it was gonna harm her, would she have had the foresight to turn it off?
Oh no.
She does have an ability that allows her to do that. However,
hang on, the way precognition works, you have to be asking a question of the future. I don't think anyone would be asking, should I turn my cyberware off?
No, but she could be asking, is my life in danger? Is my life in danger?
Yeah.
Is my life
Which
in
I
danger?
figure she's probably doing constantly.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah.
She has an ability called Terminal Reflection, which activates automatically if something is about to be a source of pending danger to her, which means that she can activate that. Well, it activates by itself and informs her of that. The question is,
Next question though is, she doesn't control any of her cyberware because it was designed to keep her under control.
She doesn't need to control her dermal armor, and she does control the thermal pistol built into her arm, but she does not control the adrenal suppression pump or some of the other partially installed cyberware. So since the dermal armor and the body arsenal array don't affect her directly, she will just take damage from it, and I'll roll that now. Okay, she's taken 6 points of damage from the cyberware heating up and going crazy. The adrenal suppression pump, however, has been in a perpetual state of mild activation to keep her stable. It's just been hit by an EMP.
So it goes off.
So
out of the frying pan.
Her adrenal suppression pump turns off.
Oh dear.
Sweet mother of God. So she will have been doing some things in the meantime. I mean, she probably spent some turns panicking and just screaming because, ow, she was in pain. Oh God, the psychic.
Yeah, and this is someone who hasn't felt pain and has been able to predict pain for most of their life. So the actual incidence of pain, they wouldn't be used to it.
So she has a built-in adrenal suppression pump that she cannot control herself. It's turned off. It was regulating her emotions. The way a precognitive rogue psychic would normally behave in that situation is she would just be dumped in an avalanche of possibility. So because her pump isn't allowing her to be somewhat composed, she's basically flying down the rivers of time and cannot figure out what is real and what is not.
So she's lost in her own head, and she's doing a.
So she's down the rabbit hole.
Doctor Strange. She's doing a Strange where she's looking at a million possible futures. Except without the.
Yes, she's down the rabbit hole and just cannot make out exactly what's happening. However, she does have an emotional connection to PIMM, so I'm going to have her make a luck save and see if she's able to compose herself long enough to pass what is real and what is not. That is a 16 on the die, and her luck save is only a 12. So I will say that she's able to compose herself enough to pass what's a real danger and what's a fake danger. So, Lockie.
Yes.
You make it onto deck 3.
Yes.
You've climbed down the ladder. I'm going to quickly amend your token. You've been feeling around. At this point, I'm going to say your vision is going from a solid black to dull gray with like colored spots.
Okay.
Because cyberware shouldn't like short out if it's hit by an EMP. It's just taking longer to reboot. So I'd say most people's cyberware is gradually turning back on, but it's not going to be working optimally, or well, it'll need some repairs, but it'll kind of work enough to basically see. So you step out of the shaft, are on deck 3, and you hear which is a sound that you would probably recognize as the rogue psychic teleporting. Now, I'm gonna have her make another luck save to see if she thinks what she's seeing is real.
Okay.
Because again, she is looping as all balls. That's another 16 on the die. Where's her token? So she's managed to like chain together good luck. I can't find a token because I changed things. It's fine. Hang on, I'll get her from over here.
I think you need to reassure yourself.
Everything's happening. Here she is. So she appears before you. Where would you have put PIMM's core on your person? Bearing in mind, it's somewhere between the size of 1 and 2 fists, so it's not huge. You could put it in a bag or something.
He's just wearing combat armor, and because he was in the power armor, he wouldn't have had a bag or anything like that. So it would probably just be tucked under one arm, and he would have pulled out a void carbine at that point.
Okay, so like as you were passing by your armor, you like pulled it off the side.
Well, the void carbine would have been with him inside the suit probably because it's only a small pistol. But yeah, he would have worked out, if the armor's gone offline, then the mag rifle's not going to work because that's a magnetic acceleration. So that uses power as well. Whereas the void is basically just a gun designed to fire in space.
Point. So
having heard that, he would have just clutched the thing harder and just turned and fired off a shot immediately. Like
directly forwards?
In the general direction of where he believes she is.
Okay. Make an attack roll. This is one of those times I'm going to be using disadvantage because it's first person.
I won't even bother rolling the second one. I rolled a 2.
Oh no. Okay. So you loose a shot. You don't hear. You hear the sound of an impact, but it sounds like your shot just hit a metal floor. So you think you missed.
Yep.
She is now going to reach forward and attempt to grapple PIMM away from you.
may be blind,
So-
but I am strong.
If you have it tucked under an arm, it's going to be like lurch forward. One hand is reaching for the core, while the other one is like trying to pry your arm away from your side enough to have it drop into her hand.
Yep.
And you can of course resist that as you feel it. So she is rolling athletics, and so shall you.
All right. Actually, Alice, can you roll that one for me?
What am I rolling athletics for you?
Yeah, 2d6, please.
She is not strong, you guys.
Well,
Really?
I rolled well
What's the prize?
for lucky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she rolled a 7 on the dice, but since she has a -1 to strength and no training in athletics, she only got a 5. So you feel like her left arm wrap around your wrist and pull, but you brace and can resist the tug. And now you have a more firm feeling of it, where she is in relation to you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do? I mean, I should also say at this point, Tazi and Dimitri, who are in the reactor, having it turned back on, you would probably hear the sound of gunfire and struggle, and so would Lucia.
Who has
Was
found the shield
she-
and throws it at
She found the shield. Smack him with the shield.
Is she doing anything to actually try and like push my gun away, or is she just going for the core at the moment?
Just going for the core.
Oh dear. Okay, well, she will regret that decision. I'm going to put the gun basically into her chest and fire.
Okay. This is going to activate her terminal reflection ability again.
Yep.
I believe this lets her do a thing, but we'll figure it out. Okay, no, that doesn't actually help. It gives her like a warning of something, but it doesn't grant her anything like. Oh, actually, hang on. She has. Yeah, make an attack roll against her.
Yep. Still with disadvantage.
No. You've placed your gun against her, so it's.
What's her AC? I may
4.
hit her. In which case, I missed by 1, a 19.
Okay, you reach forward and you kind of feel her body like roll away, and your gun kind of like goes from being square against her to like on an angle, and then the shot goes off just as she like pivots away. Lucia is going to. Oh god, Lucia against Lucky. She is going to just run forward. See that Lucky is in front of her. She can't do anything else on her turn. She sees the flippin' rogue psychic, sees you. You probably hear her, and like, I'm gonna be honest, with months of being on a ship together, you can absolutely recognize your crew by the sounds of their footfalls. That's just a thing that would happen, especially for someone like you. So you hear.
Can I brace for impact?
We haven't turned the gravity back on.
That is a good point. So, so she floats instead.
How much am I healed?
5.
I was going to say, I wouldn't suspect the psychic of tackling me, but yeah, coming towards me, but definitely bracing for impact.
So
Well, you wouldn't hear it now because she's just
Yeah.
launched off a wall at you.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good point.
I don't hear anything.
So she pushes off the wall, floats, grabs onto this railing here that kind of surrounds the cargo elevator, and roll me a perception check just to see if you're paying enough attention to hear the sound of her like grab that.
Perception is.
Yeah.
That is it's with wisdom, isn't it?
Yep.
That's 6.
That's still good enough. She's like right there. So you hear something in that direction.
All right.
Well, it's you took a shot at her. It's back to her turn. Her cyberway isn't working, so she is going to have to use her ability on you, which is cursed luck. Can you please make me a mental effect save, please?
Oh, save. Sorry, that's a d20. No, I rolled a 1. So,
You rolled a 1?
No, I cannot make that save.
Now you have disadvantage on everything.
Yay.
Yes, you do. Curse luck has given you disadvantage. Okay, yeah, so she does that, and now it's back to you, Lucky.
Okay.
What? Back to him already?
I was aware that
Are we out of initiative order?
Well, I mean, would you like to act, Dimitri?
No, I'd like to leave engine room and say, like, stay here, Tuzzy. I'd like just fix systems.
Okay, yeah, so you can like push off in that direction and probably make it to about there in your turn by just like colliding with walls. Okay, so it's like boing, float over there, boing.
I'm pretty sure I'm well used to doing stuff in no grav.
You absolutely would be, yes. So you float off in that direction. It's your turn now, Lucky. And your eyes are slowly beginning to make out like shapes. So there's a big grey blob in front of you.
Yes.
Can you let us know when we make it to the med bay? Because I would apply a Lazarus patch to myself.
Lazarus patch won't work on you.
Ah, yeah.
I would have healed you at least twice while moving.
Well, the whole time I'm just going, "Where's Lockie? What's happening, guys? What's going on?" He went.
Yeah, so I'd say at this point,
13 hit points of healing from 2 heals.
Okay. So at this point, I'd say after the 2 points of healing and the flying around, you are able to make it to the airlock, can open it, and get inside with a combination of your actions. So you are currently in the ship's equivalent of the emergency room portion of the med bay, and can begin tending to people. But yeah, Lockie.
Yes. Hearing someone on the side of me, I'm going to try and shift my weight to pull the psychic in between us, and again try and shoot at the same time if I can.
By the way, Catalina will make sure that Darius is restrained.
Okay.
I'm just going to be very clear. Let me go. Get me primal. He went dark a while ago.
Darius, for now, we cannot trust you.
Okay. Lockie, you're basically using your movement to kind of like grapple this girl. So roll.
Well, yeah, because she's grappled me already, trying to grab it. So I'm kind of just like, push her weight against her.
Roll strength athletics, and actually, you know what? There's no gravity.
Yeah.
There's no gravity, so I'd say you can just like reach backwards, grab the door frame of the elevator, and just like swing her around.
Okay.
There's no gravity. You just heckin' do it. It's
tactics.
Yeah. Tactics.
All right. And then I want to try and actually I'll shoot at her again.
At you psychic?
Yeah.
Go for it. At disadvantage.
Oh damn.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's still gonna miss 17.
Okay.
The first one was a 19 on the dice.
Oh dear. And now at the end of your turn, make another mental effect save to break her cursed luck.
Nope, that's 2. I'm slowly getting better, one better at a time.
Rory.
Yeah.
Would I start to feel my body arsenal array start to like work again?
I would suggest you don't ask the question because at the moment it works, my comms work, and I start hacking.
You are probably experiencing a similar sensation to Lockie in that your eyes are beginning to make out very rough, blobby shapes.
Well, the moment I can, I connect to the ship and direct it to head down to the planet on the autopilot.
There's nothing to connect.
It's got no engines.
There's nothing to connect to.
What do you mean?
There's nothing to connect to.
It's online, isn't it?
No.
We've
got emergency power that's using a wired radio across the ship. That's it.
The ship is currently in the process of booting back up.
Oh, okay.
it's going to take some time because it wasn't prepared to be hit by an EMP, but it is recovering, and Tazi is currently trying to reroute power to essential systems. You may be able to try to hack it eventually once the.
I'm just continually attempting to connect to it in the background. Then.
Yes, it's just like a. No connection.
And you do that with your mind, don't you?
Yes,
yep,
you do.
you
So
can't see that.
Yep, we have no idea that that's what he's trying to do. But you are restrained.
Doesn't mean shit.
True. But you can't go anywhere or move.
Lockie, the Rogue Psychic is going to grab once again for Tim's core. You can resist if you like, but at disadvantage.
Well, my first roll is with athletics and strength, isn't it?
Yep.
So my first roll is 5. So if that's already low enough, I won't bother rolling again. But if
that is low enough for her to overpower you. I rolled an 8 on the die, and she has a -2, but that's still 6. That's enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. She is able to use the indecision and confusion she's bestowed upon you with the curse lock to just like pry your arm away, pull away Pim's core, and just vanish.
Yep.
Just disappears, and now you are squaring off against Lucia. I think, just for the sake of poetic justice, we may end there if people are okay with that. Because, like, I mean, unless you'd like there to be a few more rounds.
Oh, I don't mind.
I
don't mind. It leaves something.
Yeah, I'd be
fun
happy
for
to
next
end
week.
there.
Just a lot happened in this session, and yet also not a lot happened. This feels very strange.
A lot of things happen for some actors and next to nothing for everybody else.
Well, it's a bit frustrating having at all costs, because the moment I become conscious and can hack again, I'm going to lie, cheat, and steal and hack.
Don't worry, you won't be conscious for long.
Yeah, literally, Catalina's
I
gonna
know
knock
how
you out.
dangerous you are as a conscious person, and I've seen you wirelessly hack the ship once. I'm not allowing it to happen again, but I needed to get to the med base so I can go get some meds to put you to sleep for a few hours.
Catalina
Till I
and
figure out what the fuck's going on.
Catalina and Charles are making sure you're alive and well, and then gonna knock you out. You are not gonna be conscious for long.
Yeah.
Just as a heads up.
Apologies, but that's what's happening.
It's frustrating that it's at all cost, and I literally have no option except to throw myself wildly like a dog at a gate.
No, while we were in space, I couldn't do anything other than heal you. But the moment we're back in the med bay properly and I can get some meds,
We'll
you're
probably
going to
put you
sleep
in
for a few hours.
induced coma.
As a question, does the cyberware, is that going to eventually recover, or is it all permanently destroyed?
Your
need minor
onboard cyberware will need repairs to be fully operational, but like how Lockie's eyes are gradually adjusting and coming back, it's the same with Catalina, they'll get somewhat okay again.
You'll probably get 50% of functionality out of them.
Yes, so like in terms of the fancy eyes, you probably can't do the whole like thermal vision and like radio wave vision and stuff like that, because
I'm more concerned of what happens to a 50% submersion system. Can it even restore me anymore? Is that a thing?
I don't know, and I'm really scared because I didn't think through what an EMP device would do to all of you with cyberware, and now all this nonsense is going on, and I'm actually really panicking, and I feel like you guys haven't been enjoying yourself, and I feel like
Oh no! We've been enjoying ourselves, just also suffering. It's like masochism.
Yeah.
Yes, because we don't want to kill anyone, but we also want to stop them from stealing PIMM, because it's... Stop.
No, stop! Like, I feel the worst. I feel the worst about Mikhail, because he's trying to do stuff, but then like people keep on like trying to kidnap him, which is fine because I told people to do that, but I didn't realize how it might not feel super great. I just want everybody to have a good time, but it doesn't the narrative. So I'm having a lot of feelings right now.
I tell you what he feels. He feels absolutely powerless. Anybody just steps into his server room and just yanks him out. Like there's nothing he can do to stop them.
Well, to be fair, he chose to play an AI, which has so many other overpowered characteristics in return. If you get me into a firefight with any other character, I will die near instantly.
Oh no, you just hack their guns, man.
So, just putting it out there, I spent most of that session on 5 hit points.
5. Just think, now you're on 18.
Hey, I spent most of that session hanging onto a railgun I never got to use.
Question. If you healed me 5 hit points, does that go from the negative value I was on, or go from the...
It goes from 0. So
It goes from 0.
Okay, because if
You
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 healed
want
me
5.
from the negative value, I would have been 0 but stabilized, because I would have been negative 5. So, yeah, I think that's how... Yeah, I don't know.
I think it goes from 0 up to 5.
I
yeah,
heal 1d6 hit points of damage. If used on a mortally wounded target, they revive with the rolled hit points and can act normally on the next round.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
There you go.
Question.
that's a bit weird,
Question.
but okay.
Did Lucia find the shield?
Lockie, where do you keep your shield?
It would have been in the armory, or what we were attempting to make an armory. So one of the storage rooms.
No!
So she's not barreling at him with a shield, she's just barreling at him.
She has her mag
Combat armor?
pistol, so she's fine.
No, I thought she'd just be using her boots. Swing around and put
No.
her foot whilst behind her boots and just...
That's for sexy times.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, guys, I feel like PvP was a mistake, but like I can't not play this out
Yeah.
because
How can I
it
make
started.
astronautics? How can I make astronautics a combat skill?
Easy. Fly something into someone.
Use a spaceship.
Like, the majority of things that I've done that are really dangerous have actually just been using massive heavy objects in the surroundings. Considering it's astronautics, using the massive heavy objects in the surroundings can totally be done.
Just put it out there, we also have a bad track record so far with space stations.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's nothing to do with me. I have good track record with stations.
Yeah,
You guys.
we've killed a few hundred people this game.
What? No, we haven't.
We've killed, at the moment, 1 ship full of people.
We've killed 8 people.
Everyone that was in that tube.
Which
You
is
can't
8
tell
people.
me- You can't tell me that the space... Nah, that space station's not going to have lockdowns that work that effectively instantaneously.
I
When
mean,
hit with an EMP and being decompressurized.
there would be safety protocols in case there was a power failure and there was some sort of breach. Like, it would exist.
Yeah.
Emergency protocols.
I'm not saying no one's dead because it's also entirely likely that
People have
that
definitely died.
Yeah, like everybody on this station had cyberware installed. Not all of them will have had the most robust constitution. Some of the rolls that they received from the damage of feeling it burn out in their brains will have hurt everybody and may have killed some people just from that.
I'm sure there's some people who are outside, fixing ships and shit in
Exactly.
little
And I'm
vehicles.
sure there's people with more mental cyberware than I've got as well.
Yeah,
This is what happens when you fucking give yourself over to fucking AIs. So, you know what? It's their own damn fucking fault.
Yes, they definitely had a choice in the matter.
Yes, absolutely.
They should have known better. Yeah,
I just
guys,
wish
you
that-
should have known better!
You know whose fault this is? No. You know whose fault this is? This fault, it's Apple. Because Apple doesn't update and everybody's systems are fucked.
Is that how that works?
That's how it works for Apple, yeah.
Mikhail, we have called the session there right when the rogue psychic successfully saved you from Lockie. So you are once again in the clutches of the rogue psychic. She hit him with cursed luck and then prized
She's gonna love you and hug you and squish you.
out of her grasp. And like, I mean, she had to pass 2 luck saves to convince herself that what she was seeing was actual reality. So I'd say that's pretty impressive. This poor girl.
Fuck,
just...
man.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
All right, so session's over. We should raid someone.
Yeah.
Alice, have you learnt a lesson about EMPs? Tell your kids about the dangers of EMPs before it's too late.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I have learned nothing.
I learned nothing.
Catalina has survived every stupid thing she has ever done. And it's always just like
EMP.
Just.
And
she walked in knowing what would happen, man. She walked in with like a pretty decent knowledge of what was gonna happen.
Bad things were gonna happen.
Yeah, she knew that like the boarding tube would fucking explode. Like, she knew that we'd get sent out in space. She knew that Darius and herself had a good chance of being okay. But she also knew the others were fucked.
No.
Huh?
No, we didn't have a very good chance of being okay. I think Rory lent way too heavily in our favour. Because you got to remember, we didn't just get hit by 5 cars, which is what really should have happened.
Either way, she had a feeling that there was a chance of them being okay. And if they weren't, well, one of the problems solved.
Let's wait.
Yeah.
What Romney says. Knew all the dangers, learnt nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
We have the
this.
Game Stormers playing Valheim.
We have Tavern Crawler playing Oxygen Not Included.
And Games Lab playing Minecraft.
Wisdom saves.
We have Reaps playing Star Wars Squadrons.
Well, let's raid someone that's going to be low on, who's got low on viewers. Game Stormers usually ends around now, so I don't think it'll be worth raiding them.
Reaper has 3.
Yeah. Let's do them then.
What's his thing called again?
Let me type it. It's easier.
Daedalus Reaper. Oh, cool.
Yeah, like Daedalus, but not spelled right.
All right, let's raid a
So
friend.
not like Daedalus at all, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy, we need to like detentionize. So like, yeah, we're gonna raid and
Yeah.
good night.
I'm gonna say good night to everybody because I'm honestly panicking and feeling a lot of stress, and it's entirely self-imposed. I've done this to myself. So bye everybody. We'll see you next week.
And happy belated Valentine's Day to everyone.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we raid now. Bye bye.
Bye.